Is a graduating senior at St. Martin de Porres High School in Cleveland, Ohio. Born in, give it up for Cleveland, my hometown. Born in Jimma, Ethiopia, to a working-class family, Mekdas and her sister came to the United States just 6 years ago for better educational opportunity to pursue their dreams. Mekdas's incredible work ethic demonstrates the persistence and resilience her teachers rave about, receiving all A's in courses like Honors Algebra 2, Economics, World Literature. Mekdas, I see you breathing hard over there. I haven't even started yet. I have so much to say about you. She's taken psychology, Spanish 2, honors geometry, while also conquering the hard task of adjusting to living in a foreign country as a teenager, having left her family and friends back home. As a member of the National Honor Society with a 3.8 unrated GPA, Mekdas was selected for the Mind Matters program for high-achieving students from underrepresented communities and has spent every Saturday for the last 4 years, preparing for the ACT and college while also working at the Empress Taitu restaurant in Cleveland, Ohio. She was then selected to attend a rigorous liberal arts training program at the Mountain School Milton Academy in Vermont, and her teachers there were floored by not only her grades or writing, like when she wrote a phenomenal essay using Robert Frost's Desert Places to explain how mental health impacts how you perceive the world, but her teachers and college counselors even say how they have been impacted by her kindness, grace, and compassion for others, even sticking up for students who were being bullied or talked down to when in Vermont at Milton Academy. She even made time to hone in on her digital photography skills and take college course her junior year at Ithaca College in New York. Mekdas applied to 9 schools and is the recipient of the Allen Scholarship from the College of Worcester, the Presidential Scholarship and Intercultural Lead Fellow Award from the College of St. Benedict, and she's a Bridge Scholar at Miami University. She is a shining example of strength, dedication, and perseverance, charting her own path of success here in the United States. She plans to major in, she's thinking about it, so she's not exactly sure yet, but she knows where she's going to college, and actually I think it's great that you don't know yet because you can explore while you're in college. So give it up, she's attending the College of Worcester in the fall. Thank you. You can have a seat. She'll be attending College of Worcester in the fall. I'd now like to ask Maya Kabeda to please stand up. Maya is a student athlete at Bowie High School here in Maryland, inducted into the National Honor Society. Her transcript has a list of A's down the page, and her 3.8 unrated GPA reflects a testimony to how well she has been able to balance good grades with everything else she does, which I'll tell you about in 1 minute. She succeeded in taking 7 AP courses in statistics, literature, environmental science, psychology, and government so early in her career that she began taking college courses at her junior year because they ran out of classes for her to take. She's received the Summit Scholar Award for 4 years and received the GPA Challenge Award in 2018. Maya succeeded academically while also being a competitive swimmer for the past 8 years and qualifying for the statewide championships, while also serving as a student senator and event manager for her high school's government association. Also, she's an active Girl Scouts member since 2006. Can give it up for her. All right. Holding numerous workshops for young girls to succeed, collecting goods for the homeless, visiting senior citizens during the holidays, volunteering at the Laurel Beltsville Senior Activity Center, and doing all of that while also being an active member of the Debre Gannet Medanyalam Ethiopian Orthodox Church. For the past 18 years, and also helping the young students learning Amharic as well as herself. She is so well-rounded, she's great at anything she does and exemplifies character, class, and selfless deportment with her many talents. Perhaps most touching is that her interest in pursuing a career in speech and physical therapy comes from a difficult time in her life when she was 13 years old and cared for her father when he underwent brain surgery to remove a tumor. She embodies excellence in character in anything she puts her mind to and excels while also empowering those around her. And because of those experiences, she plans to major in speech therapy and will be attending Towson University this fall. Give her a round of applause. All right, Kalkidan Haile, you are up next. Kalkidan is graduating student athlete as well from E.L. Haynes award-winning public charter high school in Washington, D.C., excelling in courses with a concentration in math and as an honors student, co-captain of her varsity soccer team, even representing the United States participating in the Youth World Cup in Moscow. And doing all of this with a weighted GPA of 4.0. She's received the High Honor Roland Principal's List Award every semester and the Robert Strent Cohen Award for photography. She was also selected to participate in a program about raising awareness about women's empowerment and gender-based issues at Cornell University. She is also a rock star soccer player, as I mentioned, and received the Most Valuable Award, Sportsman Award, and the terrific Best Practice Award. Her community service is tremendous, with over 503 hours of service to the community in weekly tutoring, mentoring young girls in emotional and mental health, raising awareness of youth homelessness and at-risk youth, serving in the Big Sister program, hosting student-led conferences on trafficking and immigration, and even hosting a Global Kids annual conference, which got her featured on National Public Radio's Kojo Namdi show. She's also given her time to forest restoration projects and recycling composting projects, and was student leader for the school's annual civil rights trip to the South. She's grown up in the Justice Meaza Ethiopian Orthodox Church and will be attending. All right. And Kalkidan will be attending the University of Chicago this fall. Give it up for her. Next, I'd like to ask Bezawit Gashe to please stand up. Beza is a graduating senior at Marshall High School in Falls Church, Virginia, and also a student athlete who has run track all 4 years, excelled at nothing short of A's over the entire high school career, and a strong member of the Math Honor Society. In fact, one of her math teachers says, quote, "The few times I have observed Beza at work indicated she would be an excellent teacher, counselor, manager, or any role that requires interactions with other people. She has the academic skills and work ethic to support her in whatever she does," end quote. She's excelled in rigorous courses, getting nothing short of A's in IB biology, math, IB history, algebra 2, trigonometry, physics, and economics, and has devoted countless hours as well to community service, doing this all while maintaining a GPA of 4.28. And we like to lift that up, the fact that these are amazing students, but it's not just about the grades. It's about the community service and what they've been doing to achieve that while in school. Her teacher says, quote, "I consider Beza one of my top students and she manages a full rigorous course load with great determination and hard work. She is highly regarded by her teachers and peers as a hardworking young lady. Beza is just an amazing student, person, and overall great friend to all who are around her. She is truly a special person with an amazing future ahead of her." And it's great when a teacher says that about a student. Beza does so much, it's hard to keep up when she manages to do it with charisma and infectious personality, smile on her face, and sense of humor. She is in many clubs and honor societies, sings in the prestigious Statesman Choir group at her school, in many clubs and honor societies. She is also a part of the Ethiopian Eritrean Ethnic Music and Dance Group, volunteers for the Derartu Educational and Cultural Center, and is a dedicated member of Debre Ganet Medanyalam Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Beza is passionate about natural science in general and biological science in particular. Her teachers and counselors adore her, and they summed it up when they said, "Beza is really the total package. A great scholar, communicator, genuine, caring, determined, and so many outstanding characteristics. With a passion in the natural and biological science, Beza plans to major in biology and will attend the University of Virginia this fall." Give her a round of applause. Will Mr. Gabriel Sirak please stand up? You're the distinguished man in the building tonight on stage. Gabriel Sirak is a graduating senior from Oakton High School in Virginia and is a stellar student mastering coursework in AP courses like physics C, mechanics, calculus, biology, language composition, multivariable calculus and linear algebra, environmental science, comparative government, all AP classes. He's a member of the National Honor Society and Math Society and has done all of this with a weighted GPA of 4.3. His teacher says, Gabriel, quote, "is a self-directed student, intellectually curious and ambitious. He is the sort of student who does not wait to be told what to do, but instead takes the initiative necessary to be successful, both inside and outside the classroom. Gabriel truly understands and values hard work and persistence and possesses the self-awareness necessary to explore fully the complex academic pursuits that interest him the most. Gabriel works hard to get to the heart of a subject, to understand the deepest and most complex meanings of an argument, or an op-ed piece, or a novel, or a discussion about income inequality that makes him an integral part of every classroom in which he steps in. The child of Ethiopian immigrants, Gabriel understands better than many of his native-born counterparts the importance of hard work." That's what his teacher said. His extended family, who all live in the area, have instilled in Gabriel a passion for all things intellectual, while also instilling in Gabriel an absolutely incredibly strong work ethic. Most impressive about Gabriel is he is a champion debater. He has won numerous awards for the Washington-Arlington Catholic Forensic League. He came in first place in the 2015 and 2017 competition, and also came in first at the James Madison University tournament. He won the Best Delegate Award at the McLean Model UN Conference. He served as the VP of Oakton High School, where he taught children from low-income communities about computer coding. He's also volunteered at the CARE Epilepsy in 11th and 12th grade and taught English, where a summer counselor for and was a summer counselor for children ages 5 to 13. This past April, he received the University Achievement Award Scholarship, a highly competitive scholarship where several hundred students compete in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it includes a 4-year merit-based scholarship. Yeah, all tuition and fees covered. He is headed for the stars with plans to major in computer science and political science, and will also be attending the University of Virginia this fall. And last but not least, will Senait Fisseha please stand up? Aiden is a graduating senior at Lawrenceville High School in New Jersey, and she has received high honors and has already been accepted into schools like Princeton, Columbia, MIT, along with a full merit. Did you apply to the University of Michigan? Because we've got some Wolverines in the house tonight. We want you to come to our school. Okay, Princeton, Columbia, MIT, along with a full merit-based scholarship to the University of Virginia as a finalist for the Ridley Scholars Program and a full ride to the University of Pittsburgh Honors College as a Donald Henderson Scholar. She has aced all of her courses in Honors Calc B, Honors Chemistry, Honors US History, Advanced Spanish, Honors Calculus, Based Probability and Statistics, Honors Biology, and the list goes on and on. With an unweighted GPA of 3.9, Aiden's record is extraordinary, and she has graduated cum laude with incredibly high standards of accomplishment. If you want to know what I mean by that, well, if you asked her what her SAT score was in math, she would tell you she scored a perfect score. And her reading score was quite high as well, 780. Her subject testing in chemistry and math too also, 780, near perfect. If you asked her math teacher, he would tell you she got a perfect score of 5 on the AP Calculus BC exam. And, am I making you blush, Aiden? You deserve it. And, quote, has a solid command of the skills of writing arguments in words and sometimes esoteric notation of mathematics, supported by strong analytic logic and calculation. He goes on to say, her teacher, quote, I am very impressed with the careful analytical questions with which she engages, the mathematics too. Clearly, she recognized both its power and its beauty. Aiden has equally given her community service, all of her community service to the community as well. Whether she's working with the Nolawi Scholarship to provide scholarships to low-income students in Ethiopia, volunteering at the Catholic Youth Organization with her after-school program, volunteering at an assisted living center, or working at Thomas Jefferson Hospital, or working at a community-based social change organization called A Women's Place. She's worked there for a while, committed to the empowerment of women and ending intimate and domestic violence. Aiden has been a phenomenal example of a phenomenal young woman. Additionally, Aiden was the news editor for her school newspaper, president of the Project Mercy Club, and raised over $3,000 for elementary and middle school students in STEM in Ethiopia, and is core president of the Orthodox Christian Fellowship. She was selected for numerous highly competitive science programs at Princeton University, where she studied the factors that affect natural draw ratio of polyethylene. I guess I said that right. I'm a political scientist, I have an excuse. As well as studied the algorithmic and consequential thinking program. At MIT, she participated in a math roots program, and at UPenn with their research lab on the structure of matter. And this summer, she'll be conducting biomedical research at the NIH in a selective program for high school students. Aiden was also selected as a Caroline D. Bradley Scholar, a merit-based scholarship given to the most highly gifted students across the United States. And when Aiden is looking for a break from all the work, she pulls her hair back and gets on the piano because she plays piano too. I don't know how you guys make time for all this, but she's actually part of the jazz lab band at her school. Aiden has her sights set on majoring in molecular biology and will be attending Harvard University this fall. One more round of applause for all of our student honorees. All right. Great. Thank you so much. I'd now like to invite Tamar Mangasha, our board member, to this stage. She'll also be moving us forward with the Aster Asafa Essay Grant Scholarship. Tamar. Okay. All right. I got so excited. We have so many prizes and special awards and recognitions for the students. I actually have to give them the award and allow them to come up and talk, and then we're actually going to move forward with some other recognitions that we have for them and some special recognition. So with that being said, in no particular order, I'm going to invite each one of them to come up, and they'll talk for a couple of minutes, and then we will move forward with the program. So first, if we can have Maya Kabeta, please come to the stage. And we're recognizing each one of them for their outstanding academic excellence and community service.
I was definitely sitting there like, I hope I'm not first, but okay. Hello, everybody. So to begin my speech, I would just mainly like to thank God because, you know, without Him, none of us would be here and none of this would be possible, and that's the main person I would want to thank. And following God, it would definitely be my parents, who are sitting in that lovely corner over there, and all of my family definitely have been the just my support throughout the years and have been my motivation to definitely like do a paper or, for instance, write the essay for today. My parents and my sister and my cousins have all been the support that I need. I would also like to thank Madanyam because that was, I know, half of this room is from the church, so I knew it was like, but without that church, I feel like I wouldn't have had the grasp on my culture that I do today, because the church didn't only teach me about my religion, but it also taught me about, you know, what it is to be Ethiopian, and I learned how to read and write Amharic, and I learned how to just be an Ethiopian American, and that's something that no other church can offer you, so a big thanks to that church. And I would also like to thank Seed because just to be honored today was an amazing achievement that I feel I've gotten in my life, and it's an honor to be even sit at this table with all of these wonderful women up here because they have accomplished way more than I have, and I aspire to accomplish as much as they have, and it's some pretty big shoes to fill. And lastly, I would just like to use the last couple seconds of my time to just say that I recently got the opportunity to visit Ethiopia, and one thing that definitely stood out to me was a lot of the kids there, you know, rather than asking for money, were asking for pens and paper. So just to my encouragement to anybody who's going to Ethiopia soon, please, please, please take some pens with you, take some paper, because they will love it. They will love it, and I know that's something that they would greatly appreciate, and yep, that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much.
Take one picture if our photographer can take one picture of us here. Thank you so much. All right. Next, we have Bezawit Gashe. If she could please come up. All right. We're going to take a quick picture first.
እንደምን አመሻችሁ። የተከበራችሁ ኢትዮጵያውያን እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። I am pleased, honored, and humbled to accept this award. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for blessing me with such a rare opportunity. His endless love and support has given me the confidence and drive to be the best that I can be in all that I do. Without him, none of this would be possible, so I want to give big thanks to him. It was not my sole effort that has brought me here on the stage today. I would like to take a moment to thank several people that I feel simply haven't been thanked enough. I would like to thank my dad, Amsale Gualu, for never giving up on me and pushing me out of my comfort zone to help me realize my full potential. And my mom, Yalemtsehay Mekonnen, for who has shown me nothing but love and support. She always reminds me that the sky is the limit and that I can succeed in anything that I want if I put my mind to it. And lastly, I want to thank my church community at Devra Ganit Madanialam, who have become my second family. Everyone there has molded me to be the person that I am there today. They've taught me the importance of embracing my culture, and they guided me to succeed in all aspects of life. This award is as much for these people as it is for me. On an occasion like this, I felt it is important to emphasize the value of being an Ethiopian. I visited Ethiopia back in 2012, and I got to see the beautiful cities, Lalibela, Aksum, Gondar, Bahar Dar, Awasa. There I had the opportunity to learn the beautiful history and the culture of a great country and meet the wonderful people that I'm so blessed to be part of. We should all be proud to be part of these blessed people. I cannot tell you how proud I am to be Ethiopian. We, the young generation, owe the Ethiopian people to continue our tradition and give what we can to make our lives better. Finally, I want to thank SEED for giving me such an amazing opportunity. I've had the privilege of getting to sit at a table with all of these wonderful women, and this is a moment that I will forever cherish. Thank you.
Thank you, Beza. Will Kidan Haile please come up?
አመሰግናለሁ። ኦኬ ስሜ ቃል ኪዳን እሸቱ ስለሺ ኃይሌ ሹምዬ አማኑ ይባላል። ባጭሩ ደግሞ ቃል ኪዳን ኃይሌ, my American name. በመጀመሪያው እዚህ ስላደረሰን እግዚአብሔርን ማመስገን ፈልጋለሁ። Chapter God. ኢትዮጵያ ሁለተኛ እስከ አምስተኛ ክፍል በማረም ትንሽ እኮላተፋለሁ አማርኛ ሳወራ። ስለዚህ ጆሮአችሁ ትንሽ እንዳይደማ በእንግሊዝኛ እቀጥላለሁ። Okay. Firstly, I would like to thank my parents for their constant push for me to do my best in dealing with me at my worst. Then I would like to thank my uncles and aunts for making it their tireless mission to find me opportunities like this to ensure my success in the future. I would also like to thank my brothers and cousins for always turning every opportunity they have into a competition so that I can find even more creative ways to solve problems. I'm always left in awe when I see how much potential my younger family members have. I truly hope they can become smarter, brighter, and even more hardworking than I'll ever be. I want to see my cousins, Faven, Zaru, Nati, all of them up here someday in the future. I also want to thank my Ethiopian Orthodox Church members at Diaspora Mariam. Woo. As they have been with me since the beginning of my journey through this lifetime. And last, but definitely not least, I would like to thank SEED. I am truly honored to be here today among all of you wonderful Ethiopians to accept this award, to accept this prestigious award. And I'm humbled by SEED's decision to select me as one of their honorees. This award is not only one of the most well-known among our community, but is also one to open many doors for its people. My father always used to tell me that all he's ever wanted me to be is a good citizen of this world. And I am proud to be fulfilling his and my family's wishes with this award. And for that, I thank you, SEED. And just a final note, I say it with pride, as I would like to congratulate my fellow honorees, as you have all deserved this title. I can only aspire to be the kind of women that you all are, and my colleagues and peers over there. So, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Will Mekadas Shafarrao please come up? Yay, you're good. Aizosh, it's your day. You're good. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Take it together. 1, 2, 3. It's really good to take it. You deserve it. You deserve it. This is your moment. Just take it together. It's okay. It's okay. You're good. It's okay. Yes, you got this. Just take a deep breath. You got it. It's okay. It's okay to cry. I'll stay with you. Breathe. Let's breathe together. Come on, everybody. We're gonna all. There you go. Mekadas is waiting to exhale right now, so we're all going to do this on 3. We're going to all take a deep breath, and we're all going to exhale. Ready? 1. That includes you, Mekadas. You're the most important person. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Inhale. It's your day, and exhale. All right? You got it. Aizosh. I'm here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I think I can do it now.
She wants to do it.
በቅድሚያ ይህንን እድል ለሰጣኝ ለማህበረ ጊዮን ዘረ ኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮ ዘረ ምስጋና ያቀርባለሁ። በመቀጠልም ዘውትር ድጋፋቸውንና አለኝታ ባይነታቸውን ያለማቋረጥ ለሰጡኝ ቤተሰቦቼ እዚህም ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ እና ለመምህራኖቼ ምስጋናዬን ላቀርብ ፈልጋለሁ። ለሀገራችን ለኢትዮጵያ ከፍተኛ አስተዋጽኦ ላደረጉ ግለሰቦች እና ባለሙያዎች መካከል አንዷ አካል በሆነ ትልቅ ማዕረግ ነውና ለሱን ሲድን ምስክር
Mekadas, that's the first of many speeches we're going to see you do, so I'm glad you did your first on our stage. Okay, Gabriel Sirak, please come up.
እንደምን አመሻችሁ። ገብርኤል ሲራክ እባላለሁ እና ለዚህ ላደረሰን እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን። There is not enough appreciation or gratitude in the world that I can express towards all of those who've helped me grow, both as a person and as a student. Of course, I must first thank Xavier and my church, Gabriel, for all the blessings and opportunities and the source of my pride and my heritage. The guidance and support of my parents, Zani and Sirak, is a debt that I can't ever repay. I can't forget my 2 sisters, Helena and Amen, and my grandmother, Atiye, for teaching me to always try my hardest and to always work my hardest in everything that I do and in every facet of my life. The love and affection from all my cousins and relatives can't be forgotten either, but I'd like to especially thank my aunt Wainab Smeh, for she and her advice and her care in my life led me to where I am today, and she introduced me to the SEED program alongside these beautiful and wonderful SEED honorees and their intelligence and their intellect, and pushed me through the application process. On that note, thank you for everyone behind and a part of the SEED organization. Your work to inspire and encourage Ethiopian excellence in our communities is important and key, and I'd like to especially thank Ato Aklilu and Dr. Menna for processing my application and bringing me here today. Last but not least, I would like to thank the Ethiopian diasporan community. Let me express the immense appreciation and gratitude my generation of Ethiopian Americans holds for the Ethiopian diaspora community that left their motherland to come here to ensure to us lives of success, safety, and hard work. Your sacrifices on our behalf can only be repaid by hard work to make sure your sacrifices were worth it. I pledge to pay forward the struggles and hardships the diasporan community endured to ensure me a better life, and that's the same of the young people like me across the world and across the United States with the power and opportunity to change the worlds around them for the betterment of the world around them. Selam lenanta yuhun.
And last but not least, Senait Fisseha.
Hi, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So before I say anything, I want to thank God for every blessing. I always think that I'm such a blessed person and that, you know, everything that I've ever been able to do is because God has provided it for me, and I hope that I can use my blessings and the gifts that I've been given to empower those who haven't been as fortunate as I've been. So of course, I see myself as the product of the village that has raised me. So first and foremost, my parents who have made countless sacrifices on my behalf, Yom and Saba, and everything that I am because of you and because of the love that you have shown me, and so for that I'm forever grateful. And the same goes to my extended family who has nurtured me and has been a constant source of inspiration to me. My friends joke that if there's one thing you know about me, it's that I'm Ethiopian, because I think I bring it up whenever I can. And truly that is a reflection of how proud I am to be Ethiopian. We have such a rich culture, one which prioritizes community rather than the individual, and I think that's really special, especially when we consider how material-oriented the world can be. So I want to thank the women standing here today for serving as role models for all of us, and you know, with the hope that we can empower Ethiopian women here and Ethiopian women in Ethiopia. And yeah, so thank you so much again. Sorry.
Thank you to all of our distinguished honorees. Now I have the pleasure of bringing up Tamer Mangasha with the Aster Assefa grant, and I'd also like to ask Dr. Yohannes Abata to please come. No? Well, at least stand, because he's the person who has funded this scholarship for several years. And it's in honor of his late wife, so I'll have Tamer tell the rest.
Good evening. Every year, the student honorees have a chance to enter an essay contest to win a $1,000 grant called the Aster Assefa grant. This grant is given by Dr. Yohannes in memory of his late wife, Aster Assefa. Aster was a passionate supporter of SEED, and the annual SEED Awards dinner was one of the highlights of the year for her and her family. Every year, the SEED Awards dinner was a showcase of Ethiopia's talent. Aster was especially awed by the achievements of gifted and multi-talented young Ethiopians. For those who strive, great challenges and rewards await them. The Aster Assefa Scholarship Award is a humble and modest step to recognize and encourage young Ethiopians. This year, SEED is honoring women trailblazers, for their extraordinary achievements in law, medicine, aerospace, art, science, journalism, healthcare, disability rights, and athletics. While many are celebrating 2019 as the Year of the Woman, whether in reference to Ethiopia's first female president, Sahle Work Zewde, the 50% female cabinet members appointed by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, or perhaps the 127 women elected to the U.S. Congress, or Representative Ilhan Omar, the first black female Muslim member of Congress. There still remain large disparities in gender equity when it comes to equal pay for equal work, protection from domestic violence and sexual abuse, maternal health care, political empowerment, etc. The essay question reads, how do we ensure that some of the exciting changes we see in the rise of women to leadership in Ethiopia will translate to real positive change to eradicate gender disparities in the areas just described? So this year, I think this is the first, we had a three-way tie for third place. The third place winners are Gabriel Sirac, Mekta Shifarao, and Kalkiran Haile. I will give you guys your prize if you can approach the podium. Yeah, come on up. And then the second place prize goes to Senait Fisseha. And then it's my pleasure to award the grand prize to Bezawit Gashe, and she'll be reading a portion of her essay.
I first want to give a big thanks to everyone who's helped me in the process. I'm truly honored to be standing here. Thank you so much to everybody. So I've been told that I should, or that we have to read a portion of our essay. So here it goes. So the first strategy is creating full-fledged awareness about the importance of women's role in society. People must learn about the unsung heroes of society by acknowledging women as backbones in all fields of endeavor. As awareness is critical, providing education for all women is of paramount importance to grant them the same opportunities in the labor force as men. Empowerment can only be attainable when equal opportunities are created for women so they can tap their potential to the fullest. Women have been largely left out of the discussion as makers of history. This invisibility that undermines the role of women in society can only change by including women in the political system. In order to create awareness, educate women, and empower them, it is also important to promote favorable policies that will help defend women's rights and create a conducive environment to materialize women's equality and equity. As Victor Hugo said, nothing is as powerful as an idea whose time has come. Indeed, women's time to realize their long-awaited dream for equality and equity is finally here. What better time to embrace this moment than now? As the saying goes, if we don't do it, who will? And if it is not now, when? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me also say that the essays are judged anonymously by former student honorees, so we'll be employing you all next time around. The first prize was actually $1,000, second $750, and then the three prizes are $100. Dr. Johannes actually has been doing this for, as I mentioned, like over 10 years, several years, and just announced that he is going to add an additional 1,000 starting next year. So it will be a $2,000 grant for the students. So we're headed to a break shortly, but I do want to again acknowledge the Macmillan Stewart Foundation, specifically the president, Kabeb Gazal. If he's here, if he could please stand. Thank you so much. So because of him, SEED has received a large donation, and one of the things that we're doing and we're kicking off is that each of the 6 honorees, in addition to Dr. Johannes' contribution, will each receive an additional $1,000. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, so we're going to take a 20-minute intermission since we're a little over time. So feel free to mingle, go to the restroom, and we will start with our distinguished adult honorees following break. Thank you so much.
ተመልካቾቻችን አሁን የምንገኘው የ27ኛው የሲድ ሽልማት ስነ ስርዓት ላይ ነው። ዛሬ 9 የሚያክሉ ኢትዮጵያውያን ሴቶች ይሸለማሉ። እንደዚሁም በተመሳሳይ ተማሪዎችም የሚሸለሙበት ስነ ስርዓት ነው። የሲድ የህዝብ ግንኙነት ኃላፊ አቶ ቢኒያም ገብረወልድ ከኔ ጋር አሉ። ከሳቸው ጋር አጭር ቆይታ አደርጋለሁ። በቅድሚያ ከልብ አመሰግናለሁ አቶ ቢኒያም።
አመሰግናለሁ።
እንግዲህ ዛሬ 27ኛ ጊዜያችሁ ነውና የዛሬው ስነ ስርዓት ምን ይመስላል?
ቀደም ብለን እንደተከታተልከው ተመልካቾችን በቤታቸው ሆነው በቀጥታ ስርጭት እያዩት ነው። እጅግ በጣም መሳጭ የሆነ ነው ዝግጅቱ። በጣም በጥሩ ሁኔታ ዝግጅት የተዘጋጀን በመሆኑ ሁሉም ነገር በጣም ስኬታማ ሆኖ እየሄደ ነው። የመጀመሪያውን መክፈቻ ንግግር ያደረጉት የጠቅላይ ፍርድ ቤት ፕሬዝዳንት የሆኑት ወይዘሮ መዓዛ አሸናፊ እጅግ በጣም መሳጭ የሆነ ንግግር አስተላልፈዋል። በዚህ በአሜሪካን ሀገር የሚገኙትን አጠቃላይ ዲያስፖራዎች ከምስጋና ጋር ወደፊት በሀገራቸው ውስጥ በመግባት ከፍተኛ የሆነ የሰው ኃይል እጥረት በሚገኙበት ቦታዎች ላይ እንዲሰሩ አሳስበዋል። እጅግ በጣም ወጣቶችንም የሚያነቃቃ ስለ ሀገራችንም በአሁኑ ሰዓት በፍትህ ስርዓቱ አካባቢ እየተደረገው ስላለው ለውጥ አጠር አድርገው በዚህ አዳራሽ የተገኙ ሰዎች መልካም የሆነ ዜናዎችን አሰምተዋል። ከዛም በተረፈ አሁን በቅርቡ ደግሞ በዚሁ በአሜሪካ ውስጥ ህዝቡን ለማነጋገርና ከህዝብ ጋር የሚሰራ ስራ እንዳላቸው ይፋ አድርገዋል። በአጠቃላይ እጅግ በጣም ያማረ ነበር። በመቀጠል የስድስት በውጤታቸው ከፍተኛ ደረጃ የደረሱ ተማሪዎች ስነ ስርዓት ተካሄዱ። አሁን እረፍት ላይ እንገኛለን። በአጠቃላይ በጣም አስደሳች ምሽት እያሳለፍን እንገኛለን።
አቶ ቢንያም እንግዲህ ዛሬ ሽልማቱ ሙሉ በሙሉ ማለት ይቻላል ለሴቶች ነው። የሆነበት ምክንያት ምንድን ነው?
በእውነቱ ሲድ ቀደም ብሎ ከ24 በላይ የሆኑ ሴቶችን በተለያዩ አመቶች ያከበረ በቦርድ ውስጥ ከግማሹ የማያንሱ ሴቶች ያሉበት እንዲሁም ደግሞ አዳራሹን አሁን ዞር ለወጣይ በብዙ ሴቶች የሚደገፍ የጾታን እኩልነት የሚያራምድ ቀደም ብሎ ሁሉንም ነገር የሚያቅ ድርጅት ነው። ነገር ግን ይሄኛውን አመት ለየት አድርገን ሴቶችን የህብረተሰቡ ከፍተኛ የሆነ አነቃቂ በመሆናቸው ለሀገራችን በዚህ ሰዓት ሴቶችን የማክበሩ በሀገራችን ውስጥ ትልቅ ፋይዳ ያላመጣ ይችላል ብለን የዛሬ 2 አመት አስቀድመን አስበን ስለነበረ ያንን ነው ተግባራዊ ያደረግነውና አገር ቤትን ሴቶችን ወደ ስልጣን ማማ ላይ ወደ ስልጣን እርከን በማምጣት ከተደረገው ለውጥ ጋር አብሮ ከኛም ሄዷል። በአጠቃላይ ግን እኛ ኢትዮጵያኖች ሴቶችን ማክበር አዲስ ባህላችን አይደለም። ከንግስት ሳባ ጀምረን እነ ንግስት እንደኬን ተብለው ከክርስቶስ ልደት በፊት እስከ 34ኛው አመት በህንደኬ ስም የነገሱ ነገስታትንም ጨምረን በርካታ ነገስታት የነበሩን በቅርብ ጊዜ ታሪክ ደግሞ እና ጣይቱ ብጡል እነ ዘውዲቱን ማንሳት እንችላለንና ሰለጠን የተባለው የምዕራቡ ዓለም ሴቶችን ማክበርና በሴቶች መመራት ሳይጀምር እኛ ያንን ሁሉ የምናደርግነንና በአጠቃላይ ተመልሰን ወደ ባህላችን ተመልሰን ወደ ኢትዮጵያዊነታችን መተናል ማለት እንችላለን። ስለዚህ ወደ ታሪካችን ተመልሰናል። ያንን ያደረግነው
እንግዲህ በአብዛኛው የምናውቃቸው በስራቸው በሙያቸው ውጤታማ ሆኑና የሚታይ ነገር ያሳዩ ናቸውና ሌሎችንስ ምናልባት እነሱን ውጤታማ ያደረጉ ዝቅ ያለ ማህበረሰብ ውስጥ የሚገኙትን የመሸለሙ ነገርስ እንዴት ነው?
አው እንግዲህ እንደምታውቀው ብሩክ ይሄ የማህበረ ግብራን ዘረ ኢትዮጵያ ወይንም ሲድ በመባል የሚታወቀው ድርጅት የተቋቋመው አሜሪካ ውስጥ ነው። በአብዛኛው የሚሰራውም ከዚህ ሆኖ ነው። ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በግራስ ሩት ሌቭል ወደ ህብረተሰቡ ዝቅ ብሎ የሚሰራበት መዋቅር የለውም። ስለዚህ እስካሁን ድረስ እንግዲህ ፈርቀደን ይሄንን አሳይተናል። በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ አሁን የሽልማት ድርጅቶች እየተቋቋሙ ነው። እነሱም ደግሞ የኛን ፈለግ ተከትለው በአይን የሚታየውን ነገር እዛ ስለሚያዩ ያንን ቢያደርጉ እናበረታታለን። ከዛ ውጭ ግን የኛ ድርጅት ማንኛውንም የሚጠቆም ሰው እስከ ተጠቆሙና ብቁ እስከሆኑ ድረስ ከከፍተኛውም ይሁን ከዝቅተኛውም የህብረተሰብ ክፍል እኛ የምንፈልገው ስራቸውን ነው። ስራቸው የሚያነቃ ከሆነ ስራቸው ባለራዕይ ከሆነ ስራቸው ትውልድ የሚቀይር ከሆነ በማንኛውም ሰዓት እናከብራቸዋለን። በዚህ አጋጣሚ ሳይዘመርላቸው ሳይሸለሙ በየቦታው ላሉ ወንዶችም ሴቶችም የሀገር ባለውለታዎች ያለንን ታላቅ አክብሮትና ምስጋና እንገልጻለን። ሁልጊዜ እንደዚህ አይነት ሰዎች በሚሰሩት ስራ እርካታ አግኝተው ባሉበት ቦታ የህሊናና የመንፈስ እርካታ አግኝተው የሚኖሩ ስለሆኑ ብዙም ቢሸለሙም ባይሸለሙም ግዴላቸውም ጥሩ ይሰራሉ። ግን ባሉበት ጤና እድሜ እና መልካም ራዕይ እንመኝላቸዋለን። ወደፊት ግን አብረን ማንሰራበት ምንም ምክንያት የለም።
በመጨረሻም እንግዲህ በቀጣይ ብዙ ዓላማ እንዳላችሁ ተስፋ አደርጋለሁና ለህብረተሰቡ እንዲደርስላችሁ የምትፈልጉት መልእክት ምንድነው?
በጣም ጥሩ። ለህብረተሰቡ እንዲደርስልን የምንፈልገው መልእክት ህብረተሰቡ አሁን በንቁ መሳተፍ ጀምሯል። በተለይ አሁን እነዚህን 9 የስኬት ተምሳሌ ኢንስቲትዩት ስንመርጥ በአጠቃላይ ከፍተኛ የሆነ የመጠቆም እንዲሁም ታሪካቸውን የማቅረብ ከፍተኛ ተነሳሽነት አሳይቷል። ያንን እንዲቀጥልን እንፈልጋለን። ይሄንን የሽልማት ስርዓት በህዝብ የተጠቆሙትን እኛ የመሸለምና የማክበር ፋሲሊቴት የማድረግ ነው እንጂ የመምረጥ የመጠቆም ፍላጎቱም የለንም፣ ፖሊሲያችንም አይፈቅድም። እና ትክክለኛዎቹን የህዝብ ባለውለታዎች ማግኘት የምንችለው ህዝቡ በንቃት ሲሳተፍ ነው። ስለዚህ በዌብሳይታችን በመግባት እኛ ጋር በመደወል ያልሰሩ ሰዎችን እያመጣን ሁልጊዜ እንድናከብር ህዝቡ በዛ እንዲረዳን በሰዓቱ ሁሉንም ደግሞ ነገር እንዲያደርግልን ምክንያቱም ከዘገየ እነከሌ ሳይሸለሙ እነከሌ ቀሩ የሚለውን ለማስተናገድ ይከብደናልና በሰዓት ጀምረን በሰዓት መጨረስ የምንችልበትን የማጫ እና የማቅረቢያውን እሱን እንዲያደርግልን እንፈልጋለን። ባለበት ሆኖ ደግሞ በጉልበት በገንዘብ በእውቀት በምክር ህዝቡ እንዲያግዘን እንፈልጋለን። በጣም አመሰግናለሁ።
ቢኒያም ከልብ አመሰግናለሁ።
በጣም አመሰግናለሁ።
ተመልካቾቻችን ሌሎችንም እንግዶች እንደዚሁ ካገኘን እናቀርባለን። አሁንም አብራችን ሆኑ። ተመልካቾቻችን አሁን ከተማሪ ተሸላሚዎች መካከል አጠገቤ አንዷን ይዣታለሁ ራሷን ታስተዋውቅልኝና ስለ ሽልማቱ አጠር ያለ ነገር እንድትነግረኝ ጋብዛታለሁ በቅድሚያ ስምሽን ማን ልበል
ቤዛዊት ጋሼ
ቤዛዊት እንግዲህ ከየት ዩኒቨርሲቲ ወይም ኮሌጅ ነው የመጣሽው
ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኦፍ ቨርጂኒያ
የዛሬ ሽልማት እንዴት ነው ሽልማቱ እንዴት አየሽው
በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል
እንደው አንቺን ለሚያካክሉ ለሚያድጉም ወጣቶች ወይም ደግሞ ታዳጊዎች መልእክትሽን እስቲ አድርሺ
በጣም አመሰግናለሁ I'm very blessed and I've had the privilege to be here tonight በጣም አመሰግናለሁ አሜን
ተመልካቾቻችን እንግዲህ ያው አሁን በስነ ስርዓቱ የረፍት ሰዓት ነው በርካታ እንግዶች ወደ ተለያየ አቅጣጫ ወጥተው የራሳቸውን ፕሮግራም እያከናወኑ ይገኛሉ ተመልሰን ስንመጣ እንግዲህ ተሸላሚዎቹ ዋናዎቹ ማለት ነው ሽልማት ስነ ስርዓታቸው ያከናውናሉ አሁንም አብራችሁን ቆዩ አሁንም አጠገቤ እንግዳ አለኝ እንግዳው ከተሸላሚ ተማሪዎች መካከል ያንደኛዋ አባት ነው እንግዲህ ማናት ሚሊዮን ደግሞ ከሱ ጋር አወራለሁ በቅድሚያ እንኳን ደስ ያለ
በጣም እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ አቶ ብሩክ ይሄንን ድል ሰጣችሁ በዚህ ሰዓት በተለይ ደስታ ሰዓቴ ነው ልጄ ቤዛዊት ጋሼ ዛሬ ተሸላሚ ነች እንዳያት ደግሞ የኤሴይ ኮንቴስቱን አሸናፊ ስለነበረች በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል በጣም ነው ማመሰግነው መቼም ልጅ ማሳደግ የሰው ህንጻ መስራት ማለት ነው ይቺ ልጅ በብዙ ነገሩ እኔ ከራሴ ከማስቀምጠው ከራሴ ስታንዳርድ በላይ በልጣ በብዙ ነገሩ ያስደነቀችኝ ያደገች ልጅ ናት ይሄንን ውጤት ደግሞ ዛሬ ሳይና ከፍ ወዳለው ማረግ ስተር በማየት በጣም ደስተኛ ሆነኝ የኢትዮጵያዊነትን ማንነት ለልጆች ማስተማርን ባህልን ታሪክን ማንነትን ምናስገነዝብበትን ምን ገልጥበት ልጆቻችን በማሳደግ ነው ቤዛዊትን ማሳደግ ኢትዮጵያዊነትን ማስተማር ስለነበረ በብዙ ነገሩ የኢትዮጵያዊነትን መልክ ይዛ ስላደገችልኝና ይሄንን ደግሞ ቀን ስላደለችኝ በጣም ደስተኛ ነኝ እግዚአብሔርን ደግሞ ይሄንን ድል ስለሰጠኝ ልጆቼን ደግሞ በኢትዮጵያዊነት ማረግ እንደዚህ አድገው ይሄን የመሰለ ድርጅት ሲድ ደግሞ ለልጆችም ሆነ ለአዋቂዎች ከትውልድ ትውልድ የሚሄድ የኢትዮጵያዊነትን ማንነት እየወረሱ እንዲቀጥሉ በማድረግ በኩል የሚያደርገውንም ላደንቅ እወዳለሁ እግዚአብሔር ታላቅ አምላክ ነው ኢትዮጵያዊነታችን ትልቅ ነው ከትውልድ ትውልድ የተሸጋገረ ታሪክ ባህል ማንነት ነው ያለንና በወላጅነት ያለብንን ግዴታም የምንወጣው ልጆቻችንን በትክክል የኢትዮጵያዊነትን ባህልና ስርዓት ይዘው እንዲያድጉ ነው ኢትዮጵያዊነት ደግሞ በራሱ የሚሰጠው የእውቀት የጥበብ ፈለግ አለ ያንን ፈለግ ከአባቶች ወደ ልጆች እያለፈ የመጣ ነው ይሄ ደግሞ ግዴታም እንዳለብን የምናስገነዝብበት ሰዓት ነው ይሄንን ጊዜ ስለሰጠን እግዚአብሔር ላመሰግን እወዳለሁ
እንደው ምናልባት በውጭው ዓለም ላይ ልጅን ማሳደግ ከባድ ነው ውጤታማ ማድረግ አይቻልም የሚሉ በርካታ ሰዎች አሉ ከተለያየ ማህበረሰብና ከተለያየ ባህል ጋር ስለሚላመዱ የራሳቸውን ባህል ይዘው የመውጣት ችግር አለ የሚሉ አሉና እንግዲህ አንተ ልጅ ውጤታማ ናት ቀደም ብለም እየተናገርክ ነው ውጤቷን እንደው ከባድ ነው ለሚሉት ምላሽ አለ
ልክ ነው በጠቅላላውኑ መቼም እንደ ስደተኛ ልጅንም ማሳደግ ሆነ ኑሮ በራሱ አስቸጋሪ ሊሆን ይችላል ግን የህይወት ማንነቱ ራስን ማወቅ ነው እና ራስን ማወቅ የትም ቦታ በስደትም ቢሆን ባለንበት ቦታ ሁሉ መሰረታዊ የሆነ የሰውነት በተለይ ራስን ሰው አድርጎ ለመቀጠል አስፈላጊ ነገር ነው ራስን ደግሞ ማወቅ የሚለው ነገር በጠቅላላ ግለሰባዊ ብቻ ሳይሆን ሀገራዊ አንድምታ ይኖረዋል የሀገርን ባህል የሀገርን ታሪክ የሀገርን ማንነት በጠቅላላ ለልጅ የማስተላለፍ የወላጅነት ግዴታ አለብን ኢትዮጵያዊነት ደግሞ አንድ ስለ ኢትዮጵያ የተባለ ለማንም ያልተባለ ብሂል አለ ይሄን ነብዩ ኤርሚያስ ይላል ኢትዮጵያዊ መልኩን ነብር ዝንጉርጉርነቱ ይላል የትም ብንሄድ ኢትዮጵያ ሆይ የትም ብሄድ እንዳረሳሽ ቀኝ እጄ ይርሳኝ የምንል ህዝቦች ነን ይሄንን ደግሞ ከምናሳይበት መንገዳቱ ምንም አይነት ችግር ቢኖር ልጆቻችንን ባህላቸውን ሃይማኖታቸውን ስርዓታቸውን ታሪካቸውን ሁሉ በተለይ ኢትዮጵያ የነጻነት ምልክት በመሆኗ በተለይ በዚህ ሀገር ደግሞ ጥቁሮች የነጻነት ችግርን እየቀመሱ ስለመጡ ለሌሎች የነጻነት ፈለግ ሆነው እንዲያድጉ ማሳደግ ኢትዮጵያዊነትን ብቻ በማስገንዘብ ሊሰጥ የሚችል ስጦታ ነውና ወላጆች ምንም አይነት ምክንያት ሳያቀርቡ ልጆቻቸውን በኢትዮጵያዊነት አምሳል መቅረጽ አለባቸው። ዓላማ ያላቸው ልጆች እንዲሁም ደግሞ ሀገራቸውን በሄዱበት ቅድም ቤዛዊትም ተናግረዋለች። ወጣቶች የሀገር አደራ አለባቸው። ይሄን የሀገር አደራ መወጣት የሚችሉት ወላጆች ሲቀርጿቸው ነው። ይሄንን ማድረግ ችለናል ብዬ ነው ማምነው። ይሄንን ማንም ወላጅ ያለምንም ምክንያት ሊቀጥለው የሚገባ የኢትዮጵያዊነት ትሩፋታችን ግዴታችን ነው። ይሄ ስርዓት መቀጠል አለበት ብዬ አምናለሁ።
በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። በድጋሚ እንኳን ደስ ያለን።
በጣም እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ። በጣም ነው የማመሰግነው። የኢሳትን ጣቢያ በዚህ አጋጣሚ ላመሰግን መወድበት ምክንያት አለኝ። ባለፉት 27 ዓመት በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የነበረውን የግፍ አገዛዝና ስርዓት ለመዋጋት የኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ ድምጽ ባጣበት ጊዜ ኢሳት ቆሞ እንዳንድም እንደብዙም በብዙ አይነት የመንግስት ማፈን ስርዓት ሲካሄድበት ያን ሁሉ ጨለማ ንዶ ወጥቶ ለኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ የጎህ የብርሃን ጎህን የቀደደ የነጻነት አምባ በመሆኑ ለኢሳት ያለኝን ከፍተኛ አክብሮት ልገልጽ እወዳለሁ።
በጣም አመሰግናለሁ።
በጣም እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ። ብሩ
ተመልካቾቻችን አሁንም አብራችሁን ቆዩ።
top Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Ethiopia. Meaza Ashenafi was born and raised in Asosa, Benishangul. A lawyer by profession specializing in gender issues, women's rights, and governance, Justice Meaza's career profile includes working as a high court judge, as founding director of the Ethiopian Women Lawyers Association, and as a freelance consultant with various UN organizations, such as UNDP, UNICEF, UNECA, as well as the Africa Union. Her formal education includes degrees in law, international relations, and gender studies from Addis Ababa University and the University of Connecticut. She has also worked with the Ethiopian Constitutional Commission that was in charge of drafting the 1995 FDRE Constitution. In her work with the Commission, Justice Meaza's focus was research on the rights of women and children and supporting the Human Rights Panel of the Commission. Among her most notable awards, achievements, and recognitions are the African Leadership Prize, the Hunger Project Award Laureate, and receiving the Grassroots Ethiopian Women of Substance Africa Prize. Her most famous case, where she successfully defended a young girl charged with a death sentence for shooting and killing the man who abducted her for marriage, and was released on the grounds of youth and self-defense, was turned into the Ethiopian film Difret, which went on to win the World Cinematic Dramatic Audience Award at the 2014 Sundance Film Festival, and has raised awareness around the globe about the importance of protecting our young girls. She has even been nominated for the prestigious Nobel Peace Prize. Prior to her appointment as Chief Justice, Meaza Ashenafi helped lead the development of the first women's bank in Ethiopia, Inath Bank, where she has served as board director. When the job gets difficult, Justice Meaza says she thinks of the reason she is here. She says, quote, "Yes, a judge will always be expected to interpret the law impartially, but at the end of the day, we should have our eye on justice. If we don't deliver that, we fail," end quote. SEED honors Chief Justice Meaza Ashenafi as a distinguished attorney and president of the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia and a founder and executive director of the Ethiopian Women Lawyers Association. An appreciation of her lifelong commitment to defending the rights of women and girls in the homeland, in recognition of her inspiring academic excellence, in acknowledgement of her firm stand and the rule of law, as well as her unwavering support for democratic governance, and as a role model to the Ethiopians in the diaspora and around the world. SEED salutes Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Ethiopia, Meaza Ashenafi.
Thank you very much, Manna. I have already spoken a lot this evening, so I don't want to take a lot of time, but I just want to express my gratitude to SEED for honoring all of us. This award is special because it will inspire more girls, and I'm so impressed by this arrangement because it is intergenerational, and we're sharing this event with young and upcoming students, and this is very satisfying, and I'm so happy to be here tonight. Thank you very much.
Professor Senait Fisseha was born and raised in Ethiopia and earned an undergraduate degree from Rosary College in River Forest, Illinois, and went on to earn a medical degree and Juris Doctoral, dual degrees in law and medicine from Southern Illinois University, as well as a certificate in international human rights and comparative law from the University of Oxford. She completed her residency in obstetrics and gynecology and fellowship training in reproductive endocrinology and infertility at the University of Michigan. She currently serves as the Director of International Programs at the Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation. She is the founding Executive Director of the Center for International Reproductive Health Training at the University of Michigan, a center that she built with a $30 million grant to expand reproductive health services and training globally. As the leader of the University of Michigan Ethiopia Collaborative Platform for Global Health, she helped UM forge strong partnerships with Ethiopia's Ministry of Health and the St. Paul Hospital Millennium Medical College in Addis Ababa, and was honored by the Ethiopian Ministry of Health in 2013 for her contributions to the health sector. She is also a key advisor to Theodros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the first African elected Director General of the World Health Organization. Dr. Fisseha has published more than 50 scholarly articles and serves on the board of the Ethio-American Doctors Group. In 2016, the University of Michigan Medical Center Alumni Society also presented her its Early Distinguished Career Achievement Award, and she also received the Bicentennial Alumni Award for her dedication to improving the health and lives of women and children globally. SEED salutes Dr. Senait Fisseha as founder and executive director of the Center for International Reproductive Health Training and her life-saving efforts in reproductive health services for women and girls in Africa and particularly in Ethiopia, in appreciation of her outstanding work in supporting and transforming St. Paul's Hospital in Addis Ababa to become a pioneer in organ transplantation among other medical services in the homeland, and an acknowledgement of her inspiring academic and professional excellence in medicine, as well as serving as an accomplished physician and lawyer saving young girls' lives and others. SEED salutes Professor Senait Fisseha.
Good evening, እንደምን አመሻችሁ። በጣም አመሰግናለሁኝ። Congratulations to my fellow honorees. I'm deeply honored and humbled for the recognition. Most of us that are sitting on this stage, including the young students who were with us earlier, I'm sure have been recognized before. But there's something particularly special about being recognized by your own community. So this means a lot to me, and as well as my fellow awardees for the recognition. I would like to thank SEED for organizing this, particularly Dr. Menna, who is my fellow Wolverine from the University of Michigan. Go Blue! You can see we have a champion, as well as the board and the DMV Ethiopian community, who on a Sunday evening, I'm sure there were so many pressing things on your schedule. So the fact that you're sitting here says how much you value not only the community, but the culture of this positive culture we're fostering of celebrating each other and inspiring young people to follow in our footsteps. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my family. I have been blessed. I always say I have been dealt with good cards. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I came from a family that believed in education, and particularly a father who believed in community service. I would not have been here had it not been for my siblings through tough times without making sure they had what they needed, decided to invest in me and paid my college tuition when I came to this country so that I did not have to struggle working. So they really gave me the footsteps, kind of the first step to kickstart my career. So I'm really enormously grateful for them. They are my anchors and a source of my support, laughter, and encouragement. I'm also very grateful to my 4 children, Baruch, Justice Fisseha, and my daughter Helena. Okay, you can see here, who inspire me to get up every day and do my utmost best to create a better world, not just for them, but for every child out there. But more than anyone, really, it is my husband, who is my best friend and my life partner, who has been the wind beneath my wings to really get me where I am today. So I'm really grateful when young people ask me about some of the lessons and what should they think about in their professional career. As much as I give advice about, leadership and training and mentorship, I always say to them it is so critical that they find that life partner who's willing to put their interests ahead of his own, especially, or her own, especially for women in our community. My husband, 20 years ago, in fact, yesterday was our 20th wedding anniversary. Thank you. So when I met him, his first comment to me, which was mind-blowing, I was 20, and then he said, I see in you the potential to transform the world. I'm going to bet on you. I don't mind being in the background and getting hit by the reflective light as you stand on the stage, and I'm going to do everything I can to support you. So each and every one of you can go home and elevate, thank you, can go home and elevate your wives, your daughters, your sisters, because when we are given that kind of support, we can actually indeed transform the world. Much has changed in the world since I came here 30 years ago. We've made incredible medical advances. When I moved here, we've never had a black man in the White House. Africa has never had a female president, let alone our own country of Ethiopia, our first Chief Justice, and yes, Obama. And we were so incredibly jealous of Rwanda and the political leadership, and in the last year, we've seen a country that is transformed by over 50% of our cabinet ministers being women. So in many ways, this cannot be a better time to be alive and working, making to the world a better place. But while there are many bright spots, history reminds us that progress is neither linear nor a given. So how do we best use the privilege we've been earned so many who don't have this can be elevated as well? So for the young people in the room, especially for those who are sitting in the stage, and as well as many of you who are really occupying seats in this room, I will say, do not settle, stay hungry. There is so much inequity in this world today that you should not simply accept the status quo. Every single one of you have the opportunity and the power to make a difference. You have the resources, you have a platform. Don't wait until you get your next degree or your next big check, but please lift up your communities using your voices. You have a very unique and innate voice. Share it. Do not stop until we live in a world that we want to see. One where women enjoy rights and health equal to men, and one where discrimination and prejudice do not determine the health, well-being, or future of any individual in our community and beyond. So thank you so much for this enormous honor, and I look forward to working with you.
Hi, I'm Senait Fisseha's daughter.
Captain Amsale Gualu is the first female to become captain in the history of Ethiopian Airlines. Since she was a child, she wanted to be a pilot. After her university education, she joined Ethiopian Airlines as a first officer and flew the Fokker 50 and the Boeing 737, and then became captain. Captain Amsale holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Architecture and Urban Planning from Addis Ababa University, and is the first female pilot to achieve the rank of captain in the history of Ethiopian Airlines. Her first independent flight was from Addis Ababa to Gondar, to Aksum, and then to Addis Ababa in October of 2010. Her accomplishments are no small feat. Ethiopian Airlines was founded in 1945 and is the first Black African airlines on the continent. Captain Amsale is a pioneer, flying for Africa's largest airline, a venerated airline throughout the world, and in terms of passengers carried, destinations served, fleet size, and revenue. Ethiopian Airlines is also the world's fourth largest airline by the number of countries served. She is currently a captain on B787 and B777 aircrafts with over 10,000 hours of flight time. Captain Amsale has also operated the Q400, Boeing 757, and 767 aircraft. Captain Amsale has also led an all-women function flight from Addis Ababa to Bangkok in 2015, to Kigali in 2016, to Lagos in 2017, to Buenos Aires in 2018, and recently to Oslo, Norway in March of 2019 in celebration of International Women's Month. SEED honors Captain Amsale Gualu as a trailblazer and the first ever female captain of Ethiopian Airlines, and in recognition of her relentless efforts to excel, achieve, and succeed as a pioneer in her field, in appreciation of her resilience to persevere to the highest ranks as one of the few women in her field, and as an exemplary role model to countless women and girls and men and boys, and as a mother and homemaker who has shown that the sky is the limit. SEED salutes Captain Amsale Gualu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a great honor and privilege to be here tonight with all the respected participants of the SEED Award. I would like to take this special opportunity to congratulate all women and students who are receiving this incredible recognition. I would like to thank the organizers of the SEED for celebrating the achievement of women this year. Such events will certainly inspire, encourage, and give confidence to so many women in different walks of life. The challenges we face in general, and as a woman, should not deter us from accomplishing our dreams. Instead, we should expect, embrace, and use these challenges as an opportunity to test our character and demonstrate that we can achieve anything through persistence, determination, and hard work. Even though aviation and flying in general is believed and taken as men's territory, women have ventured in aviation from time to time. Sure, we do have a long way to go, but we are witnessing that if women are given the chance, they are as capable as men in every life arena, on land, in water, in air, and even in space. I take a special pride in mentioning the pioneer Wezero Mulumabit Emru in the history of Ethiopian aviation during the 1930s, who will be remembered as the first woman to fly and a courageous woman who proved to herself and others that women are capable of flying in a time where such things were unthinkable. Finally, I'm always grateful to my parents, my husband, my friends, colleagues, and passengers for their everyday inspiration, guidance, and support. My special thanks goes to Ethiopian Airlines for providing me with the opportunity to make my dream a reality. My trust is in God for all His blessings in my life, and my dream is to see a prosperous and equal Ethiopia for all. Thank you.
Julie Meheretu was born in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and is a world-famous and highly sought-after contemporary artist and painter, known for her large-scale abstract expressionism, drawings, and paintings based on heavy layering used to create images from patterns in architectural photography. Whether the New York Times or the New Yorker, every magazine writes about her, every artist wants to learn from her, and everyone dreams of having one of her $1 million pieces grace their wall. Ms. Meheretu has received numerous awards and praise for her visionary, cutting-edge artistic genius. One of the articles describes her approach to her work as using architectural renderings and aerial views of urban grids into her art, combining hundreds of them until the original images are unrecognizable. And then these fragments are stripped from their real-world specificity and challenge narrow geographic and cultural readings, becoming a part of something unique and new. Ms. Meheretu was graduated from Kalamazoo College in 1992 and began pursuing an art career thereafter before receiving her Master's in Fine Arts degree at the Rhode Island School of Design in 1997. She was the recipient of the highly competitive MacArthur Fellowship in 2005, and in 2009, Goldman Sachs unveiled Ms. Meheretu's 80 by 23 feet mural in the lobby of their Manhattan headquarters in New York City. Check it out if you're ever there, or you can find her collections at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., and the Hammer Museum in Los Angeles. She is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters and is represented by Marion Goodman Gallery for being a leader of her generation in art. SEED honors Julie Meheretu for her exceptional creativity and internationally recognized artistry as an outstanding educator and mentor to so many aspiring artists around the globe, in acknowledgement of her distinguished accolades in recognition of her outstanding work as one of the leading contemporary artists of our time, always proud to be Ethiopian, and talk about its influence in her art, and an appreciation of her creative genius to push the boundaries of abstract art. SEED salutes Ms. Julie Meheretu.
My son, here. You hold this for me.
Take a picture with us.
Okay.
Stand over here
You
so we
hold
can.
here.
There you go.
Thank you. Take that for me. Thank you, sweetie. It's an extreme honor to be here. Thank you very much. And I want to thank the board and the current chair people, but also the founders of SEED for such an incredible, building such an incredible institution. I'd also like to thank Dr. Mina Desame and also Mr. Aklilu Desame for the phone call of this news and of this award, and how moved I was at that. It's an extreme honor to be here and to be honored with all of you, my esteemed honorees. I'm proud to be here with each of you, and super humbled by each of you. It's also extremely moving and extremely humbling to be here alongside a longtime personal hero and model of mine, Her Honorable Chief Justice Meaza Ashenafi. I co-produced the films Difrat with others by Senait Fisseha and 6 years ago that told the true story of Her Honorable Meaza Ashenafi and her organization, the Women's Legal Aid Practice, and the tenacious legal fight to save the life of Hirut Asafa, who had been abducted, raped, and then accidentally killed her abductor and intended husband. In her struggle to escape him and get back home, Hirut was charged with murder, but was acquitted for having acted in self-defense. This landmark case outlawed forced child marriage in Ethiopia. It's an incredibly profound and promising time when a champion of women and protector of women's rights now leads the Supreme Court of Ethiopia to ensure and safeguard each individual's rights under the highest laws of the land. I was born in Addis Ababa in 1970, another bright moment for Ethiopia and the continent of Africa. I was born into the high modernist moment in the country and the entire continent, one of ambition of the post-colonial, self-determination and self-rule, filled with promise, possibility, and hybrid futures. I lived there with my family until 1977 when the country descended into turmoil. We moved to Michigan where I was raised, constantly negotiating and renegotiating my identity as an Ethiopian American. My early childhood and life We're deeply informed by these passionate and conflicting desires and tumultuous realities. It is what deeply informs me and who I am and my creative practice and my work, my paintings. It was an extremely profound moment for me when my exhibition, The Addis Show, opened into such a warm and embracing homecoming in Ethiopia in 2016. And today again, I am deeply humbled by this honor and to be recognized passionately by Ethiopians and Ethiopian Americans, Ethiopians in the diaspora with whom I share so much. Thank you so much for the honor. And I want to also say, my parents, my father and mother started the Mahabara of Michigan and also the Ethiopian American Foundation to support higher education in Ethiopia. And I think that it's an incredible, these institutions and these organizations, it's incredibly humbling to be here with you tonight by something so familiar, and it's wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you so much.
Professor Yalemtsehay Mekonnen is a biomedical scientist and a professor of cell and human physiology in the College of Natural and Computational Sciences, and became a pioneer in her field for being the first female full professor and gold medalist at Addis Ababa University. Professor Yalemtsehay was born in Ethiopia and was a top scorer in the sciences throughout her elementary and high school career. She credits her family for making education a top priority and discovered her passion for teaching early in her career. After obtaining a Bachelor of Science degree in biology, she worked as a graduate assistant in the biology department and later went on to join the first class of the graduate program launched in the department. In 1980, she made history not only as a member of the first graduating class, but as the first woman in the country to earn her Master of Science degree in biology. She later attended the University of Heidelberg in Germany to do her PhD in human physiology with a special focus in endocrinology. Upon completing her PhD, Professor Yalemtsehay came back to her country in 1992 and continued to serve in the biology department at the rank of assistant professor and was later promoted to the rank of associate professor in 1999. 10 years later, she made history again by receiving the gold medal and promotion to the rank of full professor. She has published over 100 scientific papers in reputable journals in the areas of plants of medicinal and nutritional value, in vivo and in vitro physiological tests of useful plant extracts, assessment of health hazards to humans, animals and the environment, advocacy and collaborative work for the promotion of safe and sustainable use of natural resources, and has also served as the head of the Department of Biology and director of the Aklilu Lemma Institute of Pathobiology. Professor Yalemtsehay has received more than 10 awards from different institutions, such as the African Union Kwame Nkrumah Regional Scientific Award for Women in 2016, Grant for Research Group Linkage of the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, and Certificate of Recognition by the International Institute of Rural Reconstruction, to name a few. SEED honors Professor Yalemtsehay Mekonnen as the first ever female full professor and gold medalist at Addis Ababa University and in the history of Ethiopia, in recognition of her outstanding accomplishments as a distinguished scholar and scientist, as a venerated teacher and mentor to so many natural science professionals and students and others in Ethiopia and around the globe, in acknowledgement of her inspiring academic excellence and relentless courage to work hard, break the glass ceiling, and achieve the highest title in her profession, an appreciation for showing us that all is possible as a great role model to so many young girls in Ethiopia and to the diaspora and community at large. SEED salutes Professor Yalemtsehay Mekonnen.
ክቡራትና ክቡራን ማህበረ ግዩራን ዘረ ኢትዮጵያ ቦርድ አባላት ደጋፊዎች የ2019 ልዩ አድርጎ የናንተን ማህበር ለኔ ትልቅ ስሜት የሰጠኝ ሴቶች ላይ ያተኮረ ፕሮግራም ማዘጋጀታችሁ ነው። ማህበር እንዴት ድካም እንዳለው ማህበር ማቋቋም ጊዜን፣ ዕውቀትን፣ ጉልበትን ፍቅርን ለስራ መስጠት ያስፈልጋል። ይሄንን በረጅም የሞያዬ ስለመረዳው ከዛም ባሻጋሪ በጣም ያስደሰተኝ እነኚህ ታላላቅ ሴቶችን አላቃቸውም። ሁለቱን ሰዎች ብቻ ነው ማቃቸው። ወጣቷን ጓደኛዬን የትነበርሽንና ወይዘሮ መዓዛ አሸናፊን እነኚህን በብዙ ዘመን በተለያየ ሙያ ጥረው ግረው በራሳቸው ስራ ማንም የሚገፋፋቸው ባይኖርም ሊኖርም ይችላል። በጣም ያስቸግረኛል። የዋናው የሰው ልጅ ዋናው የሥራ ውጤቱ ዋናው ፍላጎት ነው። ከዛ ቀጥሎ ሃርድ ወርክ ወይም ደግሞ ጠንክሮ መስራት፣ ሶስተኛው ተስፋ ለመቁረጥ ነው። ይህንን ባጭር እንግሊዘኛ ለወጣቶች ለማስረዳት ፈልጋለሁ። በአብዛኛው በኢትዮጵያ በአሁኑ ጊዜ ከፍተኛ የትምህርት ተቋማት በግልም በመንግስትም የተስፋፉ ብዙ የገጠር ኢትዮጵያ ልጆች ሴቶች ችሎታ ያላቸው እየመጡ እያየሁ ስለሆነ ያ ለእኔ ትልቅ ደስታ ነው። በጣም እደሰታለሁ። ይህን ደስታዬን የምገልጸው ምንድነው ባለኝ የማስተማር ፍቅር ወጣቶችን በተለይ ሴቶችን ወንዶችንም አለይም ቀረብ በማለት በመሃል ያለውን በእንግሊዘኛ ቃል ተጠቀምና ሃይራርኪ ማጥበብ ነው የምወደው በአብዛኛው፣ ምክንያቱም ለኔ ስለሚጠቅመኝ ያንን በማድረግ ብዙ ችሎታ ያላቸው ወጣቶች ሴቶች በተለይ በማስተማር አሁን ከፍተኛ ትምህርት ተቋማት ውስጥ በጣም ጎበዞች ሴት ኢትዮጵያኖች በኢትዮጵያ ምድር እያየሁ ስለሆነ ለኔ የ40 ዓመት የፕሮፌሽናል ጉዞዬ ደስታ ያ ነው ለኔ ትልቁ። ስለዚህ ያለኝን መልእክት ባጭር እንግሊዘኛ ለወጣቶቹ ኦነሮች ለነ ገብርኤል ለነ ቤዛዊት ለነ ቃል ኪዳን this is the message for you from me coming directly from Ethiopia. I'm an Ethiopian born passionate school girl when I was very small, and I really enjoy going to school. I have my friends in this audience whom I summon for school. I go very early in the morning and then call my dear friend Misrak. She may be, having her breakfast, but I was very eager to go to school. So I used to go to her and then to collect her to go to school together. So I remember that moment every second and every virtual moment. So the honorees, Kalkidan, Bezawit, Gabriel, I will be the ambassador, the link to take your achievement in Middle America, to take it back to Ethiopia, and then connect it. And link it. You will be the role models because you are the generation of the future. The generation of the future. So you are in America, in the US, but the world today is very much connected. So I will be a volunteer ambassador to take your passion back home. I'm still serving, although my age is something plus, okay? Something plus. So I'll take it and then help the young village rural girls whom I meet when I go to research to different parts of Ethiopia. So I'll be the ambassador. So without taking much of your time, thank you very much. ከዚህ ቀጥዬ በአማርኛ በዛሬው ዕለት ይሄንን የሲድ ያበረከተልኝን የምቀበለው በመጀመሪያ በቅርብ ቤተሰቦቼ ስም፣ ሁለተኛ ባስተማርኳቸው ተማሪዎቼ በትልቅ ደረጃ የደረሱ ሶሪ ያስተማሪ ነገር ኦኬ ጊዜ ወሰድኩ እንዴ ይቅርታ ኦኬ እንደገና ልድገመው ሶሪ ኦኬ በቅርብ ቤተሰቦቼ ባስተማርኳቸው በትልልቅ ደረጃ በምድረ አሜሪካ በምድረ ጀርመን በምድረ አፍሪካ በምድረ ኤዥያ ለተበተኑት ለኔም ጥሩ ጥቅም ለሰጡኝ ተማሪዎቼ በሶስተኛ ደረጃ በኢትዮጵያም ከኢትዮጵያም ውጪ በሌሎች ዓለም ውስጥ ሁሉ በምርምርና በማስተማር አብረው ለሰሩት በእነሱም ስም ጭምር ነው። በመጨረሻ በዛሬው ዕለት እኔም ብላችሁ የመጣችሁ ቅርብ ቤተሰቦቼ፣ ጓደኞቼ፣ ሌሎችም ኢትዮጵያኖች በምድር አሜሪካ ያላችሁ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። ሲድን ደግሞ ሲድ ናችሁና ተባዙ ሌላም ጋር ሂዱ እላለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ።
Born and raised in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Helen Mesfin moved to the United States at the age of 17 to pursue higher education. She worked her way through college, earning a degree in business management and launching her professional career in hospitality and the tourism industry. A multifaceted destination sales, marketing, and business development professional, Helen has over 18 years of experience in the tourism and destination management industry, representing major U.S. cities like Washington, D.C. and New Orleans. Helen hosts a weekly Amharic talk show on the Ethiopian Broadcasting Services station. The Helen Show is focused on celebrating and inspiring Ethiopians and Ethiopian Americans in the diaspora by facilitating honest and candid conversations to inspire, entertain, and empower the community at home and abroad. A lifestyle show currently in its 16th season, The Helen Show is a top-rated program on the network and has provided an excellent platform to engage and influence over 25 million viewers weekly through direct transmission, subscription on Roku, and on YouTube. In 2017, Helen launched the Empower the Community Weekend. An extension of the Helen Show, the event brings together the largest East African community in the Washington, D.C. area. The event is designed to provide entertainment and critical discussions on important issues such as education, finance, civic engagement, and health and wellness. In addition to all her professional accomplishments, Helen is also a longtime resident of Washington, D.C. with her husband and her 2 children. Seed salutes Ms. Helen Mesfin in appreciation of her significant contributions to the lives, hearts, and minds of many Ethiopians. Facilitating honest conversations on The Helen Show, whether on interracial marriages, children with disabilities, living a healthy lifestyle, and so much more, Helen helps eradicate cultural taboos with a mix of deeply personal and in-depth discussions to inform, inspire, and empower her viewers and change their lives for the better. Her leadership in creating Empowerment Weekend in D.C. and her passion to connect the African diaspora community and showcase her broadcast journalist expertise to make a positive difference in the lives of so many people is why Seed salutes Ms. Helen Mesfin.
Thank you, Wendy. Here you are. Take a picture real quick.
Oh, sure. That was my son. He's quite loud. እንደምን አመሻችሁ? ሁሉ ሰላም ነው? Well, hello everyone. What a special evening. I am just thrilled to be here. So many wonderful friends and my family. I've covered this award in the past, specifically last year. I'm humbled to be in front of you to accept this recognition today. I have tremendous respect and admiration for the past awardees and the incredible work that SEED does. Let me take this opportunity first to thank SEED and the leadership. It's a privilege to share this platform with these distinguished, phenomenal women and students. My journey in the public arena started about 6 years ago. When the leaders of EBS television asked me to produce a program. By trade, I'm not a journalist, far from it. What they saw was someone curious and passionate, maybe debate all the time. Right before I started the program, I was on a quest to find out my purpose in this world. I went to so many self-discovery and self-help seminars, read ferociously, trying to figure out what my calling was or why am I here. I knew I was called to do something, but didn't quite know what it was. I wanted to contribute in some way, in some fashion in the community. Starting the Helen Show or being in the media was not necessarily in what I thought that my future was going to be. Jumping in and putting myself out there was a little bit risky. It was outside of my comfort zone and most certainly my expertise. If I can help one person, someone in the community, I felt I have done what I set out to do. 6 years and millions of viewers later, the show has become a trusted voice.
It provides opportunity for our viewers to be empowered with information so that they can transform the way they think and live their lives. I've had the privilege of discussing issues with subject matter experts, everyday people, mothers, fathers, physicians, entrepreneurs, authors, and academia. I'm humbled by the thought that millions of people in Ethiopia and Eritrea and around the world are able to watch the program and find meaningful and transformational information. What truly inspires me is the millions of women in Ethiopia that have very limited resources, access to information and opportunities, and yet they struggle each and every day to provide for their families, to care for their children, and take care of their responsibilities. I try to imagine myself in their position and ask what information can help them see their life differently and change their trajectory. That's really my true motivation. In addition to the show, shameless plug here, okay? We launched in 2017 Empower the Community Weekend. It's an event we hold each year in August at the Washington Convention Center. We have a table outside, so if you have an opportunity, please stop by and check it out. It's an opportunity for the Ethiopian American and Eritrean American community to come together, to network, to do business with each other, and collectively harness our power. We say we're 350,000 strong in this community. I don't know if the leadership in this country or in this city really recognizes who we are, and unless we get together and advance our issues and what we care about, we're not really going to move forward. I want to first thank our amazing audience for allowing me to come into your homes, your living rooms, your bedrooms, your computers, your iPhones, so we can engage and learn from each other. I want to thank our fearless leaders at EBS Television. As the first privately owned television in Ethiopia, they were truly the pioneers, paving the way for many to follow. They are visionaries who opened the door and created a platform for many artists, creative people, and journalists. They believed in Ethiopian talent. Continue to invest time and resources to develop and allow them the creative space to be the best that they can be. Their impact in the entertainment and media in Ethiopian history is undeniable. EBS is the #1 watched channel in Ethiopia because of the content and the quality of work that our team and that talent produces. I want to thank the dream team, the Helen Show team. I wouldn't do what I do without them. Girma is here, Salem, Ermias, and then Mahlet is in Ethiopia, and I am so grateful to you all. I also want to thank my family. I am my father's daughter. I learned from my father, Commodore Mesfin, what it means to be an Ethiopian, to be a patriot, and to love your country. I learned the value of work ethic, and what it means to give yourself for something that you believe in. I want to thank my beautiful mother, Gannet. She's not able to be here because of illness. I'm grateful for her for teaching me hospitality and how to care for my family. My siblings, who I adore, even though Aida, my older sister, is not here with me, her spirit is always with me. I know that. She was my champion. I see her dream lived through her beautiful children. 2 of them are here, Salome and Mariam. I love you both. My kids, Maraki and Mikias, you two are my reason for living. I know I missed so many games, so many meets. You never complain because you understand Mommy's always at work on Saturdays, and I really love you for not judging me or making me feel bad about it. I learn from you both, and I am very proud that you keep me grounded. And last but not least, my husband and my life partner, No, he's right over there. Wave, honey. My #1 cheerleader. Anytime I get excited about an idea, I can be sure that he is there as a voice of reason. I'm able to do what I do because of your unrelenting support and belief in me. You've created a home and an environment for me to thrive and work hard outside of my home without feeling guilt or reservation. You are my best friend, my confidant. Thank you for allowing me to experience what true support and deep love is. In the end, I'd like to say to the young people in the audience, to the students, set out to do something meaningful and purposeful. Start with one thing. first step, and the rest would follow. Thank you so much.
Right here? Is this me?
Ledet Muleta was born and raised in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and is the founder and director of Medexa Health Services, a nonprofit organization that addresses inadequacies in mental health care in Africa and promotes awareness of mental health. Ms. Muleta is also a senior psychiatric research nurse at the National Institute of Health and a dedicated advocate for mental health research. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Cincinnati and her master's in public health from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. Ms. Muleta's principal area of focus is breaking the stigmas associated with mental illness and mitigating their effect in the Ethiopian and broader African community. Through Medexa, Ledet has been able to assist countless families in the DC area to find the resources necessary for mental health care. Ms. Muleta is also a filmmaker, using her creative skills to produce a film called Trula about a young woman's challenges with mental health. Through her organization and partnerships with others, Nurse Muleta is known for the generous support she has been providing to newly arriving Ethiopians in the Washington, D.C. area. Ms. Muleta was able to make significant humanitarian contributions in the field of mental health by assisting newly migrated Ethiopians, especially those affected by human rights abuses. She has been featured in Essence, a renowned magazine for African American women, and interviewed by the British Broadcasting Corporation, otherwise known as BBC. She has presented at Harvard University for the African Health Symposium and belongs to several organizations, including the Mental Health Innovation Network, a community of mental health innovators that is jointly headquartered in Switzerland. SEED salutes Ms. Ledet Muleta in appreciation of her lifelong dedication to creating safe spaces and healthcare services to address mental illness. Her profound contribution to be a leader in helping reverse the stigma of a very critical illness that many in our community continue to wrestle with is why we commend Ms. Ledet Muleta. She has enabled people all over the globe, and Africans in particular, to seek the services needed and empower children, families, and individuals to overcome their fears and shame and educate themselves in order to heal themselves. Her commitment to creating Medexa Health Services, producing the film Truma, and her countless hours of service have helped save lives and demonstrate her passion as a psychiatric nurse and role model to her patients and community. And for this, SEED salutes Ms. Ledet Muleta.
Thank you, everyone. I'm honored today to be in front of the distinguished guests, foundation board members, and supporters of SEED Ethiopia. Thank you, SEED, for acknowledging the great accomplishments of Ethiopian women in such an occasion totally dedicated to women. I'm honored to be in the same stage with women I can look up to, reach out to, and that inspire me to keep pushing. About 5 years ago, I started reaching out to my community here in the DC area to help me get the word out about mental health. Both in the diaspora and in Ethiopia, mental health issues were knocking on just about everyone's door, but yet it was really not discussed. Last 5 years, along with volunteers and interns in the DC area, we have tirelessly reached out to our community. Starting from having fundraising events, participating in other community functions, reaching out to public schools, refugee centers, I'm happy to say today that we have made a loud noise. Navigating the health system in the U.S. for family with little experience with mental illness is not just a huge burden, but also it requires a very diligent care. In Ethiopia, significant strides have been made in the past decade regarding mental health, but that is still the tip of the iceberg. It requires more and more people to champion for this cause. I'm honored to
parents, students, and schools, and my DC community who nominated me for this award. It encourages me to continue and to continue in public service. As you know, public service requires a lot of hard work and no pay. So I am grateful for this nomination, both from the community and for the SEED to honor this nomination and to have me here on the stage today. Thank you very much for all of you, for all of your support, my DC people. I see many of my supporters here. I am really grateful for all the support you've given me in the last 5 years. I would like to also thank my husband who's here, Ebenezer, who's been very supportive of me, even though sometimes he has a hard time figuring out why I work for free. And last but not least, I would like to thank my parents, Dr. Ledet Muleta and my mother's sister Mulat Fanta in Ethiopia, who have encouraged me to continue in public service. So thank you all, and thank you and congratulations to all my colleagues.
Ms. Yetnebersh Nigussie has dedicated her life to promoting the rights and inclusion of people with disabilities. She co-founded the Ethiopian Center for Disability and Development in 2005 and served as its longtime executive director. Ms. Nigussie grew up in rural Ethiopia and became blind at the age of 5 following a preventable illness, but she never let it stop her from pursuing her education. She is now a lawyer, human rights advocate, and role model who has received numerous awards for her activism. In 2016, she joined Light for the World, an international disability and development NGO based in Austria, to serve as Director for Advocacy and Human Rights. In 2017, she received the Right Livelihood Award for her relentless organizing to ensure people with disabilities are not left behind. She chaired the women's wing of the Ethiopian National Association of the Blind for 4 years and succeeded to ensure a minimum of 2 seats for blind women on the board of the association. Her incredible efforts have helped assist over 100 blind women to acquire educational support and complete their tertiary education in order to live successful and independent lives. Ms. Nigussie has led a number of policy reforms in Ethiopia, including the development of the Special Needs Strategy of Ethiopia in 2006 and its subsequent revision by the Ministry of Education in 2012. She also worked on the enactment of the Building Code consisting of accessibility provisions for persons with disabilities in public facilities, as well as the Employment Proclamation for persons with disabilities. She co-authored the National Plan of Action of Persons with Disabilities and succeeded in lobbying the Ethiopian government to ratify, implement, and report on the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. She is currently the Deputy Commissioner of the National Reconciliation Commission, serves in a number of community organizations, including the board of Addis Ababa University, and is the mother to 3 girls. SEED honors Laureate Ms. Yetnebersh Nigussie as a distinguished attorney and founder of the Ethiopian Center for Disability and Development in appreciation of her lifelong commitment to defending the rights of the disabled and physically challenged in the homeland and across the globe, in recognition of her inspiring academic excellence in education and human rights activism, in appreciation of her selfless deportment, and as a role model who has dedicated her life to the equal inclusion of all people. SEED salutes Ms. Yetnebersh Nigussie.
እንዴት አመሻችሁ? Good evening, everyone. It's a bit tough to be a kind of nearly the last speaker. I'm sure this is going to be the last speech because Derartu is known in running, so hers is going to be running. Anyways, it's so great to be part of this amazing, amazing fellow of group of people and this amazing prominent women. And I mean, I was just trying to see myself, I couldn't really figure out how too much connected we are. As Ledet was talking about the mental health issue that she was talking, I was remembering of our first clip, Maaziye. Maaziye and I were in a clip of a mental health song which our Ethiopian artists have played, Yainochen Marafia, Baba and Gwadin, which Sahaye is also a singer, and I hope you've seen that Sahaye is also in the room. So mental health, the issue of communication, the issue of education, the issue of tackling women in profession, all these things that this amazing women, who I really appreciate, each one of them in this room, have tackled are really significant issues in this world. I'm so grateful that SEAT has decided, because it needs a decision, to make this kind of step forward. So I'll be speaking Amarizinya, which is a mix of Amarinya and Ingilizinya, because my Ingilizinya is not, it's more of Yedese, not Yedisi, so please. So if I turn in shortage of words, I'll definitely get back to the Dese Amarinya. So I come from a place called Amara sign, so the Amarinya is more closer, or maybe my Etipt is somehow connected to the Amarinya. Anyways, it's so unbelievable where we are today, and I'm so, well, I'm a bit emotional because most of the time I have received a number of international awards and so, as has been read. But whenever I am outside Ethiopia, especially among the diaspora, all I hear was very much shocking. Today, I'm so happy that we are in a celebration mood, we are in a solidarity mood. So for me, this is the #1 achievement, #1 award, #1 recognition that I would need. Regardless of who we are, regardless of how much we gain, regardless of what we've studied. I was so honored to hear this amazing young people saying that I'm proud to be Ethiopian. So not the Berberi, not the Shinkurt, but the word Ethiopian really tying us up, spinning us together so that we can never tear apart again, knitting us together. So seeing this is a big recognition, is a big award. So for me, it's not the day that I have received big international awards, which I call the biggest. I am sure, for me, the biggest recognition, the biggest award today is seeing all of us together. Oh, come on, how come you heard the seeing word in a blind person? Okay, interesting. As said, I am now responsible, or I'm chosen to, by the way, Derartu also is in the Reconciliation Commission. I want to recognize her also on the role that we are playing. But I believe that Mahatma Gandhi was always right. Keeping an eye for an eye will keep everybody blind. Huh? So, well, I'm not saying being blind is bad, and I'll tell you why later on, but I don't think that's the right way to go. And I really believe that we have a wound that needs to be healed. And we really need to heal those wounds if we really want to see a brighter day. And I want to quote Yalemtsehay, a chancellor of University of Manchester, who's also a very good friend of mine, and quite a lot of you. He says, I'm not defined by the scars of the wound, rather by its ability to heal quickly. I don't want my Ethiopia to be defined. I don't want my Ethiopia to be defined by the poverty and civil war and by the blood that brothers have gone through. I'm not really a fan of the Samatat howls here and there, because I believe a brother killing his brother can never be called a martyr. For me, as I have fetched from Martin Luther King, injustice somewhere is a threat for justice everywhere. Inequality among anyone is a threat for equality of everyone. Inequality as a person with a disability, inequality as a woman, inequality as a black, inequality for any reason that you have not chosen should not be tolerated. And that's why I don't identify myself as a disability rights activist. I am against any form of inequality in any part of the world, in any time of the day and the night. I'm sure this can be tackled, and the generation like Beza, Eden, Maya, Mekdes, Kalkidan, and Gabriel is responsible and capable of doing this. So many people can tell me that you're blind and define me, that beautiful blind lady. Everybody loves to be beautiful, and I'm not against that. But I believe, and I tell people that I have got more abilities than my disability. And this was confirmed in a speech around 1 hour and two hours ago. A lovely baby girl came to our room where we were preparing for the ceremony, and as I hugged her, she told me, "I'm sure that blindness is an advantage for you." And I asked her why. She said, "Because you can use your other sense very effectively than other people." And she continued impressing me, and she said, "I'm sure your hearing must have been quite improved after you've been blind." And I asked her why. And she said, "Because I can see you never miss any word from my mouth." And then she continued, I asked, "How old are you?" She said, "Just 3/4. This was my amazing encounter of the day, Helena, a daughter of Dr. Senait, who didn't take a second to tell me that I have more abilities than my disability. And I always tell people, that's where we need to invest. Ambassador Fisseha, as his background as the investment official, there's no secret, you were then. Yeah. So I'm sure he knows, and he will definitely be telling you a lot that we should invest in what we have, not what we have lost. Let's invest in what we have, the country called Ethiopia, to which we have got it as a matter of chance. I'm not sure how many of us deserve to be there. As Haye always says, Ethiopia, የተሰጠችን እንጂ የተገባችን አይደለችም. We are lucky to make this a reality. We are responsible to end our hatreds, hostilities, boundaries, inequalities, categorizations, classifications, and it's our time to live, walk, and make unity happen beyond slogans and zefens. I call upon all of you in this room, in the recognition that we have today, we women, representing the moms, the sisters, the wives of all Ethiopians in times, would love to see a peaceful, prosperous, inclusive Ethiopia that we dream to have. We can only make it. We can only make this together a reality. As women, we've decided not to simply see, but also to take action and bring change. We're so lucky we have a person who can see our abilities, who can count on our responsibilities. We're very grateful to the new government, but we are also responsible to the change. We are not simply taking it for granted. We believe and we know that we are responsible. So let's start the journey together and get there together. Leave no one behind. I thank you. And last but not least, I would like to thank my family, and especially my kids who cannot be here, including my little one, Sanita, who just turned 10 months old today, that I got the courage. And the day I stopped breastfeeding her was the day I took the responsibility of Reconciliation Commission in the country, because I needed time. I'm sure she's going to get a country over a breast milk. But I'm so grateful for all my children, Hatiye and Zema, whom I have taken their time. And they've never complained that their mom is always traveling and flying and on the TV and blah, blah. But they always said that, Mama, we want to see you shining. Above all, I just want to make sure that my husband, Bisrat Shangazao, who always had the sacred eye, and I call him a CIA because he was able to see my hidden abilities other than other disabilities. My CIA and my husband, and as I call him, my better half, Bisrat Shangazao, who is also here with me, for making me sure that the road ahead is going to be tough, but we're going to make it together. So he has always prepared me for the tough and the rough. For the tough and rough. And we have always been lucky enough to be accompanied by our families, close relatives, friends, extended people. Above all, fans even whom I have never met at all. So please accept all my regards and thanks for all of you who have made me see this world without having eyes, who have made me speak a lot without reading quite a lot, who have made me become visible sitting even in the dark. So I'm so hopeful and grateful for SEED, and I hope there will be a lot of journey together and we will be shining together as Ethiopia. Thank you so much.
Colonel and athlete Derartu Tulu rose to fame when she won the women's 10,000-meter race in the Barcelona Olympics in 1992. 23 years old at the time, Ms. Tulu won the hearts and minds of Ethiopians across the globe when she draped herself with the national flag colors of green, yellow, and red while she ran her victory lap. She was an instant hero, making a name for herself alongside other greats such as Ababa Bekila, Mama Wolde, and Marutis Yifter. Born in the RC region in the city of Bukoji, Ms. Tulu was the seventh of 10 children and displayed early signs of extraordinary talent, horseback riding, or outrunning her star male classmate in the 400-meter race at her school. In 1988, Ms. Tulu represented the region of Arsi and competed in a national 1,500-meter race where she won a bronze medal. At 17, she was hired by the Ethiopian police force and competed in her first international cross-country race the next year in Norway. Ms. Tulu won international recognition and success in the 1990s. Her record-setting win in the 10,000-meter race in Bulgaria and her win in the same distance race in Cairo, Egypt gave her worldwide acclaim. Ms. Tulu's win in the 10,000-meter race in Barcelona Olympics goes down in the history books as the first gold medal win ever by an African woman. In 2000, Ms. Tulu once again proved herself as a champion by bringing the gold medal home from Sydney, Australia Olympics competition. And in 2001, she received another gold medal from Edmonton, Canada in the IAAF World Championship. Her impressive record led to winning 35 gold, 12 silver, and 15 bronze medals. Ms. Tulu is the mother of two girls, Jan Zode and Ruth Mekonnen. She is also the mother to 4 more adopted children. Currently, Ms. Tulu runs her tourism and construction businesses. She is the current first vice president of the Ethiopian Athletic Federation and vice president of the East African Athletic Region and executive board member of the Ethiopian Olympic Committee. SEED honors Colonel and athlete Derartu Tulu for her exemplary world-class athletic record as a long-distance track runner and marathon Olympics gold medalist in recognition of her outstanding athletic excellence, which has brought pride, fame, and prestige to Ethiopia and its people for representing Ethiopia and Ethiopians in a positive light around the world stage over the last 3 decades and counting, in appreciation of the rich and positive contributions she has made by exemplifying the ideals and standards of perseverance, hard work, leadership, and success, for bringing home 35 gold medals, 12 silver medals, and 15 bronze medals, and representing Ethiopia and Ethiopians all over the world. SEED salutes Colonel and athlete Derartu Tulu.
እንዴት አመሻችሁ? መቼም ከኔ ምን እንደምትጠብቁ ያው ታውቃላችሁ። ክቡር አምባሳደር ፍጹም አቶ ፍጹም ረጋ ክቡራን የዕለቱ እንግዶች ክቡራን ተሸላሚዎች የተከበራችሁ ጥሪ የተደረገላችሁ እንግዶች በሙሉ እንኳን ለዛሬዋ ለተቀደሰችና ለተባረከች ቀን አደረሰን ለማለት እወዳለሁ። በመቀጠልም ለዚህ ሽልማት ከመወዳቸውና ከማከብራቸው እህቶቼ መሃል አንዷ በመሆኔ በጣም ታላቅ ኩራትና ደስታ ይሰማኛል። እንደዚሁም ሲድ ለኢትዮጵያ ሀገራቸው አስተዋጽኦ አድርጓል። አንድ እርምጃ በተሰማሩበት ስራ ከኋላ ደግሞ ሌሎችን ያስከትላሉ ምሳሌ ይሆናሉ ብላችሁ አክብራችሁ ስለጋበዛችሁን ስለመረጣችሁን ለዚህ ክብር ስላበቃችሁን እግዚአብሔር ያክብራችሁ እናመሰግናለን ለማለት እወዳለሁ። በስፖርት ውስጥ በግሌ ባለፍኩባቸው ጊዜያት ከቤተሰቤ ጀምሮ ከማከብራትና ከመወዳት እናቴ ሩጫ ሲጀምር ብትከለክለኝም ዛሬ ራሷም ደግሞ መሮጥ ብትፈልግም ያው አርጅታለች። ዛሬ ደግሞ በህይወት ኖራ እዚህ ጋር በክብር እናንተ ፊት ቆሜ መሸለምን ሽልማቴን ስታይ ታላቅ ኩራትና ደስታ ይሰማኛል። ለሷም ለናቴ ለሽውል ለወይዘሮ ሽዮጊ ክብር ይገባታል እላለሁ። ስፖርት እንደምታውቁት አሁን ተቀናጫጭቦ ያያችሁት ውድድራችን በጣም ትንሹ ነው። ድካሙ ከኋላ ያለው ድካም ብዙ ነውና ስለዚህ በስፖርት ዘርፍ ጀምሬ እስከመጨረስ ድረስ ከጎኔ ለነበሩ አሰልጣኞቼ በተለይ ለአሰልጣኜ ለኢትዮጵያ አሰልጣኝ ታላቁ አሰልጣኝ ለዶክተር ወልደ መስቀል ኮስትሬ በህይወት ባይኖሩም ምስጋና ይገባቸዋል እላለሁ። እንደዚሁም ደግሞ ወደ ማረሚያ ቤት ከናቴ ቤት በጣም ማረሚያ ቤት ክለብ ነው የገባሁት። ማረሚያ ቤት ለኔ ክለቤ መስሪያ ቤቴ የናቴ ሁለተኛ ጓዳ ነው። መስሪያ ቤቴ ነው እስከዛሬም አለሁበት ለማመስገን እወዳለሁ። በወቅቱ የነበሩት ክሎሪያ በራያና ምናልባት የቀደምት ሰዎች ያቋቸዋል ያሁኖቹ እንግዲህ ያቋቸውም እሳቸውንም ለማመስገን እወዳለሁ። እንደዚሁም ደግሞ የኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ በመሸነፍበት ሰዓትም ከጎኔ ሳይለይ እስከዛሬ ድረስ ደግሞ እዚህ ያበቁኝ ለዚህ ክብር ላበቃኝ ለኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ ላቅ ያለ ምስጋና ላቀርብ እወዳለሁ። አሁንም ደግሞ የራሴ ስራ ጨርሼ ድሮ ሮጥ ነበር አሁን ደግሞ አስሮጣለሁኝ። የኢትዮጵያ አትሌቲክስ ፌዴሬሽን የኢትዮጵያ ኦሎምፒክ ኮሚቴ ለሰጠኝ ኃላፊነት የራሴን ስራ ደግሞ ልጄ ባልወልድም ያሳደኩትና ያስተማርኩት ልጄ የራሴን ድርጅት እኔን አግዞ ወደዛ እንዳልልና ኃላፊነት ተሰጠኝን ኃላፊነት እንደወጣ ከጎኔ ሆኖ ስላገዘኝ ልጄ ተስፋዬ ጸጋውን ደግሞ ለማመስገን እወዳለሁ። በአጠቃላይ ለኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ማናችንም በቁራጥነት ባረጋለሁ እወጣለሁ በትግስት ተጠቅሜ ሳይሆን ተጎድቼ እንኳን ለሀገሬ ለህዝቤ የበኩሌን አስተዋጽኦ አረጋለሁ ካልን ሁላችንም እናረጋለን። ስለኢትዮጵያ ሁላችንም ኢትዮጵያውያን እንደሚያገባን ሁላችንም እናውቃለን። ለኢትዮጵያ ደግሞ አስተዋጽኦ ለማድረግ ለኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ስሟን ለማስጠራት ወይ ደግሞ አንድ እርምጃ ከሌሎች ሀገሮች እኩል እንድትሆን እኩል እንኳን ባትሆን እንድትጠጋ የሁላችንም አስተዋጽኦ ወሳኝነት አለው። ስለዚህ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ለማሳደግ ለማበልጸግ ለመስራት ለማገዝ ወንበር ላይ መቀመጥ አይጠበቅብንም። ባለንበት ቦታ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችንን ማሳደግ እንችላለን ማገዝ እንችላለን። ስለሆነም ሁላችንም ኢትዮጵያ ሕዝብ በዓለም ላይ እኔ በሮጥኩባቸው ቦታዎች ኢትዮጵያውያን ያጣሁበት ቦታ የለምና ሁሉ ቦታ አለ። ስለዚህ ሁሉ ቦታ ሆኖ አካላቸው ሌላ ቦታ ቢሆንም መንፈሳቸው ልባቸው ኢትዮጵያ ነውና በያለንበት ለሀገራችን ሰላም ለሀገራችን እድገት ለሀገራችን ብልጽግና ሁላችንም ሳንኮራረፍ ሳንጣላ በትግስት እየተቻቻልን ለኢትዮጵያ እድገትና ለኢትዮጵያ ሰላም ሁላችንም የበኩላችንን እንወጣላለን። በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። አመሰግናለሁ። በመጨረሻም ይሄ ዋንጫ እንደምታውቁት ቤቴ የተወሰኑ ዋንጫዎች አሉ። ይሄ በመሃል በክብር ይሄን ዋንጫ አስቀምጬ ፎቶ ልክላቸዋለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ።
Thank you so much. One last round of applause for all of our 9 amazing women trailblazers. Give it up, give it up. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being who you are. You all are inspirations to us. So as we close the evening, I'm going to introduce my co-board member, Hamara, to introduce our moderator. We're actually going to reduce this conference. Don't worry. We know it's late. We're going to do about 20 minutes, just giving an opportunity to our moderator so we can have a little bit of a kind of closing remarks, really. We want to also do justice to Senait, who's an outstanding moderator in her own right. Back to Ato Kaveb Gizau with Macmillan. He is also going to be making a donation to Yetnebersh Nigussie's organization, to Chief Justice Meaza Ashenafi's organization, and to Helen Mesfin. So look out, they're going to be coming your way with donations to your organizations for support. I also want to thank Samantha Davey and John Ledbetter for helping put this video together. So thank you. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ms. Hamara.
Hello again. So we've had great conversations, we've had a great dinner, we've been inspired by the stories and the heartfelt thoughts that our awardees and our honorees have shared. So we're going to take now the next part of our program, as Dr. Manna said, is going to be a conversation. So I'm going to introduce you to Senait Fisseha. Think about that, what a wonderful name, Senait Fisseha. Senait is a seasoned journalist, media and communication consultant who has recently graduated from Georgetown University with a master's in global politics and security. An outspoken advocate for freedom of expression, she has worked extensively with local and foreign news outlets. Her career began in 2005 with the Sub-Saharan Informer newspaper, an Africa-wide newspaper published in Ethiopia, and covered a wide range of political, social, and economic issues. In 2012, she assisted U.S. photojournalist Stephanie Sinclair and the United Nations Population Fund to produce the award-winning documentary, Too Young to Wed. She moved to the United States in 2015 as a research fellow with National Endowment for Democracy and published an article in the Journal of Democracy. While in graduate school at Georgetown University, she worked as a research assistant in the African Studies program. In this position, she also coordinated learning activities and tutoring programs for 10 Georgetown African Studies fellows to increase their understanding of African politics and culture. Senait also worked at the Center for Social Justice, overseeing logistics operations for social justice teaching through community-based learning. Also a new mother of a 10-month-old son, Senait is very passionate about the larger political and developmental issues in the global arena and wants to incorporate her journalism and communication skills to address global challenges in today's world, such as managing refugee crises and mitigating human rights violations in developing countries. Please join me in welcoming Senait to the stage. So,
good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know you are all tired. You have heard a lot of speeches, and I will try to keep it short. As you said, we are not going to take the whole 1 hour originally planned. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but at the same time, we don't really want to let these incredible women go without telling us a few things about their real life experiences. So I hope you lend me your ears for a few more minutes. I just want to start by saying that tonight I am so proud to be surrounded by these independent, intelligent, and the most successful women. Women who rise to resist the odds and go beyond the social expectations. Women whose successes go beyond their personal achievements, but also inspire and motivate others. Women who also make other women like me proud. And the lucky part for me tonight is I get to be the bridge for them to share some of the secrets of their successes to you, the audience here. So I'm honored to be the first one to say congratulations to your recognitions tonight. And also my congratulations goes to the students, the now young but soon future leaders. I have no doubt that you are going to excel in your future roles and going to contribute for the social, for the well-being of our society, nation, and the world at large. And welcome again, everyone, to the 27th SEED Award ceremony tonight. As already mentioned, SEED originally planned this panel discussion so that we can dig a little deeper into tonight's theme and hear firsthand from the real-life experiences of our honorees here tonight about their journeys, their achievements, challenges, and any advice they can share with us. But we may not have time to go to all the confessions I planned for them, but at least we can scratch a little bit. Recent developments has raised hopes for women in Ethiopia. We have the first female president, and half of the cabinet are women. More women are represented in very important areas of engagement and leadership positions, and we are lucky to honor some of them here tonight. As much as all this is significant to increase numbers of women in key positions, it's also important to address the root causes of inequality and underrepresentation of women in all sectors. Majority of women live in the rural parts of Ethiopia, and majority of these women still are socialized to have lower status. They are still they still lack access to basic resources. They are still denied participation in their communities, and they are victims of a lot of violence against women. But this should be a time for all of us, individuals, communities, institutions, to work harder than ever to use this extraordinary and historical moment and push for transformative changes that encourage women to advance to a better educational, economic, and influence positions. We need to show and encourage women, like we have seen today, that despite all the challenges, it's possible for us to succeed in different ways. And no one can say this better than the 9 women, the 9 heroines around me. They are all women who were able to step outside the designated role and who overcome the challenge of being a woman and succeed in their career. So having said that, I want to ask each of you, because I can't imagine it myself, I want to ask each of you here tonight, how does it feel to be in this particular moment? We said that we don't really have that much time, so let's try to keep our answers under 1 minute as much as possible. I'll start with Derartu. ከተወለድሽባት ከትንሿ በቆጂ መንደር ተነስተሽ ለሀገርሽ ብቻ ሳይሆን ለጠቅላላ የአፍሪካ ህጉር ኩራት መሆን የቻልሽ ጀግና ነሽ። አሁን ደግሞ የአትሌቲክስ ፌዴሬሽን ተረከበሽ ወደ አመራር መተሻል። በተለያዩ ሀገራዊ ጉዳዮች ላይም እየተሳተፍሽ ነው። የተጓዝሽባቸውን መንገዶች ከኋላ አስቢና ዛሬ እዚህ ቦታ ላይ መገኘትሽ ምን አይነት ስሜት ይፈጥርብሻል?
አመሰግናለሁ። እንዳልሹ በትንሿ በቆጂ እኔ ስፖርት ጀምር በትንሿ በቆጂ ቁምጣ አይደለም ቀሚስ አጭር ቀሚስ በማይለበስበት ከተማ ነው የተወለድኩትና ቅድምም እንዳልኩት እናቴ ያኔ ብትከለክለኝም አሁን ራሷ መሮጥ ፈልጋለች ብዬ ነበር። ምን ነበር የምትለኝ የነበረው በወንዶች መሃል ቀሚስ አውልቀሽ እንዴት ትሮጫለሽ ነበር የምትለኝ። እኔ ግን መቼም አንዳንድ ጊዜ እግዚአብሔር ታላቅ ነውና መንገድ አሳይቶኝ ነው መሰለኝ የእሷ ምትለኝን ምንም ባከብራት እንኳን ምትለኝን አልሰማትም ነበርና ከዛ በአጋጣሚ ወደ ሩጫ ሲቀላቀል መንገዱን አገኘሁት ያገኘሁትን መንገድ ደግሞ ተጠቀምኩበት ምንድነው ዋናው ነገር መንገድሽን ከያሽ አንዴ ከመንገድሽ የሚያወጣሽ ነገሮችን በጥንካሬ በትግስት ማስወገድ አለብሽና እንደምታውቂው በዛን ጊዜ እኔ ከዛሬ በፈረንጆች በ1989 ነበር የጀመርኩትና ምናልባትም የ16 አመት ልጅ ነበርኩኝ ስለሆነም ከህይወት መንገድሽ የሚያወጣሽ ነገር ብዙዎች አሉ ያንን እንግዲህ አንቺ በጥንካሬ በትግስት አረጋዋለሁ ችለዋለሁ መንገዱን እስካየሽ ድረስ ያንን መንገድ ገፋውበት ጠነከርኩኝ ዛሬ እዚህ እንድቆም አድርገኝ ማለት ነው ከዛ ባሻገር ከኔ አልፎ ተርፎ ደግሞ የኔ መውጣትና የባርሴሎና የመጀመሪያ አፍሪካዊት መሆን ከኢትዮጵያ ኦሎምፒክ ማሸነፍ ለዛሬ ለሺዎች ኢትዮጵያኖች ሴቶች መንገድ በመከፈቱ በሱም ደግሞ ኩራት ተሰማኛልና ዋናው ነገር በትግስት ያሹን ነገር ስራዬ ነው ችለዋለሁ አረጋዋለሁ ከግቡ አድርሰዋለሁ ብለሽ መያዝ ነው ማለት ነው
Okay, I'm going to throw the same question to each of you. Just under 1 minute, tell me what this exact moment means to you, looking back to the achievements, the challenges you had.
ለኔ እዚህ መገኘቴ በጣም ሰርፕራይዝ ነው የሚያደርገኝ especially እዚህ ስቴጅ ላይ ካሉት ሴቶች ጋር መሆኔ በጣም በደስ ይለኛል የዛሬ 5 አመት ይሄንን ሜንታል ሄልት ካምፔን በማደርግበት ጊዜ ለማደርገው ለተናገርኩትም ነገር ስቲግማ ነበረ ማለት እኔ ላይ ራሱ ስቲግማ ይኖራል እንዴት እንደዛ አይነት ቶፒክ ዲስከስ ታደርጋለች የሚል ስቲግማ የነበረበት ነገር ነውና ዛሬ በዚህ ኦርጋናይዜሽን እናንተ ፊት ኦነርድ ሲሆን የሚያሳየኝ ነገር ቢኖር በውስጣችን ያለው ነገር እኛን አፌክት ያደረገ ነገር ሌላ ሰው አፌክት ሲያደርገው ስናይ ተነስተን ምንም አይነት ነገር ብትሆን አንድ ስቴፕን ብትሆን ጩኸትን ብትሆን ወይም ደርሶ ቢሆን ያ ነገር ዲፈረንስ እንደሚያመጣና በውስጣችን ተጠራንበት ጥሪ መሰረት መቀጠል ነው እኔ ገና ስራውን ጀመርኩት እንጂ ገና የትም አኮምፕሊሽመንት ላይ ትልቅ ስቴጅ ላይ አልደረስኩም ነገር ግን ይሄን መጮህና ይሄንን ስቴፕ በመጀመሪያ እዚህ መድረሴን ያሳየኛል ስለዚህ ለሌሎችም ለያንገር ጄነሬሽን ይሄንን ነው መከራው ጀምሩት
እንዴት ነበር
thank you I think I have to say it briefly. All of the big things in this world have been done by small people. That's why I think I have been chosen to carry the big topics and the big issues. And now when I am always chosen to do things, I remember የመቤታችን ማርያም ጸሎት ብርቱ የሆነ እርሱ በኔ ታላቅ ነገርን አድርጓልና if you have a faith you can move the mountain through ስለዚህ I believe I am the smaller ትንጥዬ chosen to carry the big thing and when you are chosen to carry the big thing don't say እምቢ አሻፈረኝ ምክንያቱም there is a reason and there is Allah or God whosoever you name him who has chosen you to carry the big things and I believe ብርቱ የሆነ እርሱ በኔ ታላቅ ነገርን ያደርጋል አመሰግናለሁ
Thank you
እሺ አመሰግናለሁ እኔ በዛሬው ምሽት የተሰማኝ ስሜት በኢትዮጵያውያን የባህል አዲስ ባህል ተጀመረ ብዬ ነው የተደሰትኩት ከዚህ በፊት ማቀው ኢትዮጵያኖች የሚሰበሰቡት ለሰርግ ጥሩ ነው አንድ ነገር ሲፈጠር ግን ማመስገንንና ቀና መለካከት ሌላው የሰራው ሌላው እንደሚደሰትበት ያንዱ ሰው ውጤት የራሱ ብቻ አይደለም ሌላው ሲያቅ ይደሰታል ምክንያቱም እኔ ሁሉ ጊዜ ምን እላለሁ እኔ ከኦልድ ጄነሬሽን ነኝ ብዙ ጊዜ ተገፍቼ እንጂ ስራ ስለመስራት ነው እንጂ እንደዚህ ነው የሚለውን ነገር ምንድነው አላደኩበትምና humble የመሆን ካልቸር ነው ያለኝ ግን humility in quotations ላስቀምጠውና ለካ ሰው ሞቶ መቃብሩ ላይ እንዲነበር እንዲያደረገ የሚለው ጥቅም የለውም የሚለውን ነገር የባህል ለውጥ በምድረ አሜሪካ እቺ ምድረ አሜሪካ ደጋገምኳት አይደል እና ይሄ ለሌላውም የሚተላለፍ ጥሩ ባህል ጅምር ነው ያየሁት ለማለት ነው አመሰግናለሁ
Okay. Thank you so much. Let me diversify the question a little bit and maybe take it down the road to Captain Amsale. Let me bring this question to you. There are usually unseen barriers or what we call unwritten laws or rules that push back women from excelling in some careers like yours, for example. How did you manage to break all the setbacks and succeed as a female in a male-dominated career? And what inspired the pursuit of your dreams to become a pilot?
Okay, let me start from the last question. What inspires me to be a pilot is when I was a child, my father used to take me and my sister to the airport to watch aircraft take off and land. I think, I guess that contributes for who I am today. And the other one is they were student trainees in our neighborhood, and I used to be fascinated by their uniform, and that also made an impact for me to be a pilot. And for the first question, how I guess survived in a male-dominated environment, I usually present myself as a person, not a woman, and I do things this way.
Thank you. I'll throw the next question to Chief Justice Meaza. If you have to look back and review the vision you had as a young lawyer defending the voiceless women, and now to becoming the most important woman who is leading a key institution that protects the country's rule of law, I would say the road ahead is even tougher. But for you, how much is it an achievement and what still remains as a homework for you? If you have to look back to the vision you had as a young lawyer who defended voiceless women, and now you have become a leader of a key institution, right? So if you, for me, I would say the road ahead is even tougher for you. But what is it like for you? What was an achievement? Or do you say that there is a lot of homework for you ahead of time?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mademoiselle Moderator. Last week, the Christian Science Monitor issued an article under the title From an Activist to Chief Justice. It is very interesting because reading that title of the article, it gave me also the opportunity to reflect because my career, my professional life has always been very challenging, but at the same time, it was very interesting and very productive. When I look back, I am completely satisfied in terms of what I have achieved. But also on the other hand, I feel that whether it is the protection of the rights of women or promotion on the protection of rule of law in our country, it's unfinished business. And as you said, my task ahead is also going to be very challenging, but also at the same time very, very exciting. For me, as a Chief Justice, my assignment is dual. I have my main responsibility to make sure that rule of law is protected, our judicial system runs effectively, and judicial administration system is improved. That is one of my assignments. But at the same time, if as a women leader, as a person in decision making, if I don't improve the situation of women, and if I don't make a difference in terms of empowering women and the gender equality, then it will be my role as a leader is not accomplished. For example, recently we had to recruit judges at the federal court level, and I made sure that 40% of the candidates are women. So we have a special so we have a special responsibility to make sure that we take into account the gender equality and women's empowerment in addition to our main responsibility. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I would have had a lot of follow-up questions to that, but due to the time, I'm going to move on to the next question. Let's talk about the role of Ethiopian diaspora women, and I'll bring it to Dr. Senait. You came to the US when you were very young, and you did most of your education and career here. But at the same time, you managed to still give back to the community you came from, to the community that raised you. And you still contribute to the health sector in many different ways. How do you manage to do that? And what's your advice to those of us living in the outside to make sure that we take back our expertise resources back to Ethiopia?
Sure, that's a great question. So the question is, how do I manage to get back? I mean, I came here at a young age, but not very young. I mean, I came here after finishing high school, after celebrating my 17th birthday. So I think once, you know, like the young people that were sitting here earlier on the stage, by the time you finish high school, you pretty much have shaped your identity. So I came here with a solid identity of being an Ethiopian. But I also grew up, I mean, for any of you, I'm sure for most of you in this room who grew up in Ethiopia, we don't realize how much suffering that we see on a daily basis. Sick people who have no access to health care, women dying in childbirth, people going to hospitals with something that appears very simple and then getting the bad news that they're dead. And usually we blame the health system. We'll say, oh, so-and-so went to Tukur Ambassa and died. And not really looking at the root cause of one, a not very good health system for obvious reasons. But two, that our health-seeking behaviors are also very limited. We don't go for any health prevention. We don't go for a screening. People wait till they're very, very, very sick and they go to the hospital and die. So I have grown up. I have lost a lot of people in my family due to, you know, I was born in 1970 as well. When the emperor was deposed, my father was jailed, so I grew up pretty much without a father. My mother fell ill, my brother died. So I really grew up witnessing a lot of tragedy. But I also refused to believe that we are not in charge of our destiny and that we cannot bring change. So one of the things that I decided when I came here was that whatever I do, I was not going to wait till I was established and I would have a big house and a family to be able to get back. I felt like even as a student, I can contribute. So I started going back to Ethiopia as soon as I finished medical school in '99. It was not very easy because I went back to Black Lion and I went to the dean, I want to contribute, and he looked at me and he basically told me to pack and go back. And then I get it, it's a very established senior dean, but then every year, 30 seconds. So I started collecting books, I started going back. One thing I will say to people here is that it's very, very easy. I mean, one of the things I always talk about is we have a very negative culture that we have developed that is mostly shaped by social media. It's very easy to get on social media and say all sorts of destructive things. But if you commit, whatever profession you're in, to take 1 week out of the year and go back to any teaching institution, any hospital, any NGO, and contribute, do not underestimate what kind of profound change you can bring. Although we see a lot of glorious progress in Addis, the country is still significantly lacking behind, especially when it comes to health and women's health. So my plea to you is really don't wait until you have a lot of things. You already have achieved a lot, and by going and identifying your peers, you can achieve a lot of things.
Thank you. I'll bring the same question to you, Julie. How much is your Ethiopian identity important to your work, and how do you connect it to Ethiopian women?
Well, I think my Ethiopian identity informs me in every way, cellularly, in my history, in my consciousness, subconsciousness. It's a deep part of who I am. My father and the culture and the land that I was born in and that fed me. And then the Ethiopian community in Michigan that was a big and very strong community that we were raised in, and it was the culture of our home. I was also raised by an American mother and who had moved to Ethiopia and built her life there with my father, and so that was also a big part of who we were and defining myself as an Ethiopian American, which is something that's very profound about this evening, and the embrace of that culture. But I also, in terms of giving back to Ethiopian women, I think art and creative work is essential to humanity and to who we are as human beings. It's the marker of what we leave behind, whether it's music, whether it's in poetry, fiction, or in visual arts. And I think that that's essential to the profound change that an individual can go through through any kind of creative work. So in that sense, I think it gives back culturally manyfold to women. But what I've tried to do in my work, because my work is very solitary and it's about this form of self-expression, and although it's very rooted in culture, I feel like I try to leverage what I can do with my work to do other projects that can actually help and promote a lot of social change, whether it be co-producing the film Defret, or whether it's supporting organizations that are doing important work in Ethiopia. In either way, I try to give back in that way as well and pay it forward. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very important. Helen, I'm coming back to that end of the row. You are also part of the Ethiopian diaspora community, and you are using media to build the bridge between the community here and the community back home. Is the media playing the role you wanted it to play, and is it a challenge?
So I have to preface it by saying that I don't consider myself a journalist because I have not been trained as a journalist. So I say I'm a conversationalist, and I come at the conversation that I have on my show from a perspective of being a mother, a working mother, an immigrant, a woman who was raised in Africa. So I bring all of those experiences when I'm sitting down.
But you use the media as a platform.
I do, absolutely. And so when you say, I think as a media we have a responsibility to use our voice for something positive and good. And I think we really underestimate, like Dr. Senait said, what we put out there. Okay, what are you trying to get at? You know, sometimes it's difficult as a media, and I know politics is what it is, and we all have our little corners, and we all go at it. But when it comes to social issues, there's so much that needs to be done in Ethiopia. There's so much work, lots of gap in information. So, because we all know what changes people is information, right? Sometimes physicians come on my program and they tell me, Helen, you want me to sit here and tell them about this cutting edge medicine that's available in this country. They will never have it in Ethiopia. And I say to him, our job is to provide that information. Let people take what they will out of that. Don't underestimate, the power of information. So to me, the media's responsibility is to inform, and to inform in a positive way, especially given the change that's happening in Ethiopia. We really have to take our medium back and use it for good and for positive. So I'm not in that space of, when you talk about media where people are doing a lot of different things, I just wish a big majority of it uses media to inform and to transform the way people think and live back home versus, the political cattiness, I guess you can call it. I mean, it's important to have media, but we have to be careful how we use it.
Thank you. As I said, I had a lot of questions for each woman here, but I have to close it with one more question for Yetnebersh, because I believe there are a lot of young women here, young people here who I believe would benefit from this response probably. I'm sure you were asked this many times. Many admire you for being an orator, for being a good public speaker. And this is something most of us, not only women, but Ethiopians shy away from speaking and expressing ourselves. What would your advice for young Ethiopians be to develop such skills in expressing yourself? And we'll conclude with that.
Thank you so much. I think I have told you the answer. I have taken the answer from Helena. I have taken the advantage of listening in order to be a good speaker. So if you want to be a good writer, what you have to do is read a lot. If you want to be the best receiver, what you have to do is give a lot. So I think it's a natural way that I had listened, and I had the opportunity to listen quite a lot. And some people tell me that it motivates. And that's why I'm needed. And for the greatest need in life is to be needed and to be loved. And it's not easy when you ask us for photographs. I want you sign for me, manaman, manaman, manaman. All this is much, much, much higher a need than the injera, the metalaya, the lips, the clothes. Yeah? So the greatest need to be, in life is for me to be needed, to be loved, and to be heard. Not everybody who speaks can be heard. So I think the best thing I advise is that if we want to write, let's read. If we want to receive, let's give. And what I did, maybe I may not be right, is that I made sure I gave everything I can to prove who I am. So I donated blood, I made sure that I contribute the time. The reason is because I have received quite a lot. None of us ate the trees we planted when we came. Nobody, none of you, none of us. So it's a responsibility for us that we plant the trees that the others will be eating when they come. በተሰራ ቤት ውስጥ ነው የተወለድነው ሌሎች የሚወለዱበትን ቤት መስራት አለብን ብዬ ስለማምን ነው Thank you so much
Thank you so much and thank you all of you our heroes for your thoughts and for sharing your experiences and congratulations once again Thank you
to our moderator too I'd like all of our board members to come up to the stage please including Professor Malaku Lako we have a recognition for him, and then following that we will do a quick raffle, say thank you again, and closing remarks will be given by Biniam. Again, thank you to our women trailblazers. We also thank all of you for being here. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here because it counts, and history is being made tonight with Seeds. So thank you very much. So on behalf of our entire board, as many of you know, Dr. Malako Lako is a co-founder and longtime chair of SEED. This organization would not exist without him, so we want to honor him. I personally can say I grew up in SEED and I've always been inspired by Dr. Malaku's passion, flexibility, patience. He's really an amazing person, and I do see you like a second father. He's also in my dissertation thanked because this organization and all the co-founders really couldn't exist without his leadership. And I've sort of walked in your shadows, although I can't fill your shoes, but on behalf of all of the board members here, we thank you so much. Because of you, we are, and I would like everyone to stand up and give Professor Malaku Lako a big round of applause.
Thank you. በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። ብዙ ሴቶች በዚህ ድርጅት ውስጥ ተሳትፈዋል። የወይዘሮ ወይንሸት ደሳለኝ፣ ወይዘሮ አስራት ገብረስላሴ፣ ወይዘሮ ተዘራሽ ብሩ፣ ሰብለ ውቤ፣ ፋሲጋ በቀለ፣ ጽጌ ይርጉ of course Dr. Manna Demise from her 13 years old all the way this time ወይዘሮ መቅደላዊት አለማየሁ ታምር ማናየ ሐመረ ገብረ ኢየሱስ all these women have a great deal of contribution in making today's program possible. Their inspiration, their contribution to make this organization is significant. In addition to that, all these board members, without them, we could have not been here. I think I'd like to also thank you, all the audience. You have created a social market, unprecedented within the Ethiopian community. This market have given us a lot of things. It brought us together, it makes us find friends, and it makes us also possible to discover friends who are missing from our mind and also our social circles. It also allows us to express our love to our country as a marketplace. It also provides us like Kullibi Gabriel, where we can get together every year, looking forward to it, to see something that in Nissal, ተስለን ደግሞ የሚመጣው አመት ከዚህ የበለጠ እንዲሆን የማለት ስሜት እንዲያድርብን ያደረገ ኦርጋናይዜሽን ነው። የተቸገሩ ድርጅቶችን አምጥቶ አስተዋውቆ ለችግራቸው መፍትሄ የሰጠ ድርጅት ነው። ከዚህም በላይ ባለሙያዎችን ያስተዋወቀ ባልና ሚስቶችን አስተዋውቆ ያጋባ ከዛም አልፎ ተርፎ ነጋዴዎች መጥተው ምናልባት ሐሳባቸውን አካፍለው ልዩ ልዩ ፕሮጀክት የሚጀምሩበትንም መድረክ የፈጠረ ነው። በዚህ ድርጅት ውስጥ በመሳተፌ ለ26 ዓመት ከፍተኛ ደስታ ነው የሚሰማኝ። በህይወቴ ካደረኳቸው ነገሮች አንዱ ከፋሚሊዎቼ ውጪ ይሄ አዲስ ፋሚሊ በ26 ዓመት ውስጥ አብሬ ያጠፋሁት ፋሚሊ ለኔ ብርቄ ነው። በጣም ነው ማመሰግነው። በጣም እዚህ ተገኝታችሁ በዚህ በልዩ ቀን በጣም ተካፋይ በመሆናችሁ እህቶቻችን ለራሳቸው ብቻ ሳይሆን ለሰው ልጅ ዕውቅና ለሰው ልጅ መብት የሚያደርጉትን ትግል እና ደግሞ ውጤታቸውን አብረን በመዘከራችን እጅግ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። በጣም አመሰግናለሁ ዶክተር መና። በጣም ከልብ ምስጋና ያቀርብ ልጃችን ናት። እኔም honorable father ነኝ, like honorable degree. Thank you very much. አመሰግናለሁ።
So if we can all take a picture with the honorees, if we can go all the way down, and then we'll do the raffle. So everyone get your raffles out so you can win a prize.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the raffle. We're going to begin. Dr. Malako, I'm going to ask him to please honor us with the first two.
One of the raffle prize, የኢትዮጵያ ንጉሠ ነገሥት መንግስት የፍትሐብሔር ሕግ መጽሐፍ በ1952 የተጻፈ ነው። በፈረንጆች አቆጣጠር ማለት ነው። በ1944 በኢትዮጵያን ካላንደር ማለት ነው። It's one of the rare books. It is one of the prize. I think you all have to buy the raffle and win it.
Okay, we're going to pick it right now.
Yes, we can pick one. All right. The winner is 839. Anybody's here who have 839 tickets? If you do, please come forward. Claim your prize. Okay. No? This is the first prize, second prize? Next.
Okay, next.
Okay. The next book is a book written by Zawde Ratta. Ambassador Zawde Ratta was our honorees for SEED, and he is a